Okay, guys, we are live. So for those listening at home, welcome to the Dungeon Musings YouTube channel. My name is Kevin Madison, and I'll be your friendly crafty master today, because today we're going to be returning to Crafty Games' excellent fantasy RPG, Fantasy Craft, for another of our summer Tales from Thule. This is a series where we, in the summertime, we often find ourselves down players in a session for our regular ongoing campaigns, and as such, we end up having to run kind of pick-up sessions a lot of the time. Rather than running a bunch of helter-skelter things this year, we're going to try returning to the same game, same characters, and same setting for the duration of the summer, with a whole bunch of different players and characters and whatnot featuring. And this is the second one of these. I will introduce you. I don't think anybody here has played in one of these sessions yet or has played Fantasy Craft before, so I am very excited to introduce our players to you and introduce them to Fantasy Craft. So I'll go the order I've got you guys on the screen here. Why don't you tell us who you are and who you're playing today or tonight. First up, we've got Jeffrey.
Hey everybody, I'm Jeff, and I'll be playing Killian. He is a wily martial artist.
Very nice. Next up is our resident armor smith, Dave.
Hey everyone, I'm Dave, and I am playing Gwenrig, Jen's daughter, who I played in another version, I believe, was it? Blackbirds?
Yeah, in Ash.
And in Ash. And Gwenrig is actually a character from my second novel, so yet unpublished, but very similar to how I played her in the games. And she's a fighter.
Very nice. And last, but certainly not least, is Sean.
Hey, I'm playing Sister Sophia. She is a particularly enthusiastic witch finder. Fanatical, I guess, is the word that is preferred.
Very nice. So, guys, we're going to dive right in here. I will tell you that the setting of our tale is Thule, which is a place that we played a number of years worth of Astonishing Swordsmen and Sorcerers of Hyperborea campaigns in. Thule is a found land that has a rich history that was hidden from other settings and nations. It is sort of a interdimensional Sargasso in a way, because you find folk from all over the place who end up here, and there are it is more of a weird fiction setting than just a fantasy setting, because there is also strange technology and ancient, there are ray guns alongside your wraiths and liches and whatnot. So while not common, that definitely, you can think more, what's the show I'm thinking of here? Thundar the Barbarian or He-Man or Thundercats, more so than just Tolkien or whatever. Gwen, I will tell you, what's the last thing, I guess, first off, that you remembered yourself, Dave, about Gwen doing?
We were doing some kind of interdimensional travel because a keep had been under siege, and there had been some attack through a gateway in one of the lower levels.
Yeah.
But there was some army that was all around the keep that was periodically attacking. And I think that's about all I remember.
So you were part of a mercenary band called the Reavers of Thule. And the Reavers had, through hard-fought battles, seized a place called Iron Fang Keep. It was a semi-dilapidated castle. This region here is but one small part of grander Thule, but it is the part that is focused around a place called Thuleborg, which is sort of the largest city in this region. And there are all sorts of folks who have tried to settle out. Iron Fang Keep was around here, I believe. And it was previously held by a group of abhumans known as Vurmis. This is what the Vurmis look like, guys.
Whoa.
The
Super
Reavers
friendly they are, huh?
they
Very
are
He-Man looking character.
They're very He-Man looking characters, absolutely. It's funny because you read the description, you're like, this is just fucking Beastman. Like, this is Beastman. I love it.
Yeah.
So they defeated the Vurmis, they drove them out, and they found that the Vurmis actually had masters, because in the basement of that keep was some giant alien constructed gate that was seeming to tap into some magical power within there. And one of Gwen's companions was having visions of spectral entities in parts of the keep as well. Dangerous spectral entities that would attack anybody who came into specific locations. So they were trying to seek out some information about the history of it. Things went kind of awry, as they sometimes do in old school games. The heroes were captured by some absolutely inhuman creatures, Lovecraftian, in ilk, and then managed to later free themselves, or they were freed, I should say, by, I think, Gwen and Amar, actually. And then they went on to further adventures. Gwen found herself back to Thuleborg after getting separated from her friends, or the fellow Reavers, and has found that 3 centuries have somehow passed in your time of travel. And one of the things that is particularly different, there are many things that are the same. One constant in here is in Thuleborg, there is the same wizard, Rangvald the Trout, who is the advisor to the new king, or new Thane, who runs Thuleborg. But Thule has been substantially more developed than what it was when you were here last, and there has been advances in technology as well. Black powder weapons, I wouldn't say are common, but they are present. And what you've also heard is that there is some faction that is known locally as the Steel Soul Barons. Their base of operations is out of Iron Fang Keep. Now, what happened during that time that you were gone and where your other allies are is, I'm assuming, a mystery that you are currently investigating. And that is where, along that investigation, is where we will be opening our session. These regions of Thule, while more forgiving and more arable than other parts of Thule, particularly when you get to the heart of the continent, it is mostly tundra. So there have been those who have used druidic magics and similar things to try and make the microclimates a little more arable and a little more productive. But there are always secrets. Thule is a very old land with many past conflicts, many past civilizations. The most particular of the human civilizations that have been here are the Atlanteans and the Elder Folk. Where you are traveling is Gwen, and we'll talk about how Sister Sophia and Killian came in, but I'll tell you, one of the people that you have with you is a sage who goes by the name of Esther of New Haven. Esther is an exceptionally well-studied and well-traveled sage. She is not, however, a combatant. You will notice she does not have a red bar. She is your companion, but she is a standard character, which means, like any other standard characters, if she takes damage, she has to make a damage save or she dies, or at least enters the dying state. She has a theory, Gwen, that if you wish to understand what happened to your allies, you must understand what is important about Iron Fang Keep. And what she said is there is, or what she found in her research, was that there is a hidden redoubt or bunker operated by the Steel Soul Barons, said to be a couple of days north of a community called Whitemount. And that is why you traveled to Whitemount. Whitemount is a very Mos Eisley-esque kind of place. It is on the coast. It is a place of travel and trade, but it is also a place of an enormous amount of black market trading. The local lord does not get to collect the taxes that should come from the smuggling that's going on there. Plus, there's plenty of illegal shit. If you can find it in anywhere in Thule, you can likely find it at Whitemount. You found, I guess first off, let's talk about how Sister Sophia and Killian, how do you think you guys became involved with this? Was there some past adventure that you had with Gwen? And, or was there just, you were decided to hire on to assist with whatever this thing is? I will start by letting Dave introduce you to who Gwen is, so you can then judge how best you came to work alongside her or adventure alongside her. Dave, why don't you tell us about Gwen?
Gwen is rather tall and large for a woman. She's Norse in background. Doesn't wear any woad or war paint on a regular basis, but commonly braided. I think the picture is actually fairly accurate. She's got her hair pulled back, and she'll fight with a sword and board for the most part. In her adventures in Thule, she had been mangled in the throat and couldn't speak for a while because of a friendly fire critical hit. But hopefully she's cured that or found.
She has recovered. Yeah. You have found that there has been some kind of alchemical solution.
So yeah, so she can speak now because for a while there she couldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's just a very loyal, stalwart individual who's trying to tread across the land and leave it a better place. And so I think that's why she's searching for, what we're looking for to try and find out what happened to her friends. But if I throw in, if there was a witch hunter trying to track down some kind of evil, she would have thrown in with that pretty easily.
The Steel Soul Barons are a fucking horrible group of necromancers who seemingly make use of Atlantean magic and Atlantean technologies. I think it is very easy to understand why a cultist of the Radiant Dawn, the Church of Apollo, would find common cause with you. If you're taking up, if you know that there is a secret cache of Steel Soul Baron or the Steel Soul forces here, then yeah, that may be a reason why you would take up arms with Gwen, Sister Sophia. But what do you think?
Yeah, that seems like an easy do. What is the relationship between Apollo and the cult of the Radiant Dawn? It's one of the.
It is your
churches?
god.
My god, it's the god.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Very good. Yeah, I think she's heard enough of this group of barons. And wait, is that right? Yeah, Soul Barons. Yeah, she's heard enough of these barons, and there's not been enough oversight, and it's obviously unacceptable. I mean, gotta bring order.
Yeah,
God Apollo was spoken.
Things are rough in Whitemount, but there's a difference between murderers, cutthroats, and brigands, and techno-magical necromancers. What about you, Killian?
Foul, I say.
Foul indeed.
Well, so for kind of, maybe I'm friends with Sister Sophia. Like maybe we are traveling companions, and so if she wants to join up with Gwen, well, then I want to join up with Gwen.
Okay.
Maybe we've been through some adventures together, Sister Sophia and Killian.
Okay. Then, what you the lot of you found in Whitemount was a bit of a... So Whitemount has traditionally been run by... it's technically a vassal community to some local lord, but the local lord generally just lets whatever local criminal elements run Whitemount, just run it. And that, for years, has been a guy named Kendi the Ape. It's with a K. I know we all went to high school with a Kendi with a K, but let's just... So you all know here, Kendi the Ape. So called for his size, his temperament, and his intelligence. Kendi, for a long, long time, dominated things, and he married a woman of questionable history named Mura. And she came to be known jokingly as Queen Mura because of the way that Kendi doted on her. And as soon as she came into the picture, pretty much, if Mura said something, if the Queen said something, you gotta fucking listen. But something happened to Kendi in the last 2 years. So he's still in power in theory, but the Queen seems to be the one who is running everything, which still, for the most part, has normally gone well. Until someone named Vesna the Denied came up. Vesna the Denied is so called because she claims to be Kendi's daughter. She is denied because, well, they've denied that. There is obviously no dynastic advancement within criminal organizations, but he has such a strong cult of personality against him that cashing in as a member of the family actually might work. And there was enough people who were at least pissed at the Queen to throw their lot in with Vesna. So things have not been... A lot of turmoil has been going on within there, which led you guys to gaining the information of where this redoubt is supposed to be located. The Steel Soul Redoubt is located behind a waterfall in a place called Elderwatch. So called. So a couple of days travel north, you will find a waterfall that's known as the Elderwatch. It's said behind there, in an old either Elderfolk or Atlantean stronghold, that is where they are hiding themselves. So, if you wish to gain information, that's where you're going to go. And that's what led you out across the tundra, as we see. You've been going out, you are traveling in search of basically a small creek, and then you're going to follow the creek up to the Elderwatch Falls. And once there, hopefully you'll find some way in. So, these are sort of plans and problems you'll deal with as you get to them. Have you guys any questions about what's brought us to this point?
Who gets to ride the horse?
That would assume that any of you have a horse.
I don't know. It's just a joke because there's only one horse in the picture.
It's funny you mention horses, though. So you're about 3 days out right now. This is not the first time you guys have all traveled together. Why don't you tell us what would we see in any given travel montage as we see these heroes tromping their way across the tundra together? I haven't bothered to put a lot of adventuring supplies on your character sheets just yet, so trust that you have what you need, and we'll just worry about that when it comes. What would we see, guys?
I think Sister Sophia supplies a certain amount of energy to the trek. She is motivated, and
I think you're also the only one trained in survival, so you're probably leading the group.
Indeed. Indeed. So she, I see. There it is. Yep. I was trying to find my skills. There we go. I'm on it. She has a tendency to weave her target and her beliefs into most subjects, irrespective of how appropriate.
Okay.
So, where's the nearest lake? Well, probably near these foul barrens, some like, we got it. The barrens. Understood. That kind of so she's, it's, she's you're not going to mistake her for a wall hanger or a milk deliverer. Like she lives up to her, billing.
Okay.
And she's got a certain amount of energy though. You can appreciate that she is driven and she's fairly supportive in that sense, but she's a little intense.
Okay. So I said we see Sister Sophia would be up front following or following a path. What about Gwen or Killian?
I think. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead, Dave.
Okay. I think Gwen's got her shield slung over her back, and she's just kind of walking along, kind of eyes on the horizon, looking for landmarks. Doesn't have any training in survival, so she's leaving the actual trailblazing to Sister Sophia, but trying to learn a few things along the way and keep things. I don't want to say on task, but just a little bit on the more upbeat. But she's not a huge talker. So yeah, she's not like going to be chatting everybody up. At the same time, she's just trying to be positive.
Okay. And what about Killian?
I think that Killian is almost annoyingly so one of those high energy people on a path. He is like, he sees a boulder, he's climbing up on top of it, maybe doing a couple push-ups up there, like sort of staying in shape by pushing his physical limits all the time while he's on the path or whatever, like sees a little side path. Oh, I'm going to check where this goes. Run up it real quick for a bit and come back. Oh, there's a little watering hole there, and he'll run back and tell everyone,
Yeah.
He's a busybody physically on the trail. Not that he's necessarily yappy, but he's physically everywhere all the time.
It's also worth noting, you're the one who's, of everybody, you got the 40-foot movement as opposed to everyone's 30-foot.
Right, so he's just a little bit quicker anyway. So
yeah.
He's kind of got that extra time to dart around and.
But when you take your dog on a hike.
Yeah.
Back.
Why
Very much like that.
Let's get some dice rolling with everyone giving us a notice check, please. So remember, roll the dice to the left of the two, because that way everyone will see the result.
Oh, the left one is.
Yep, the left one is the one to everybody. The other one is a whisper roll. Okay, 14. Oh, there is an option also in this game for using sliding difficulty, because a lot of the other stuff in the game is keyed to level. So to give you an idea, an average DC in this for your level is 13. Okay. So Killian, you were the first to hear it. The sound of horses behind you. And you didn't get, you came close to a potential crit, because that's a 19. If it was a skill that you had specialty in, that could potentially be a critical. But you hear it first, Killian. You look back, and you can see that there is a small plume of dust. Not like it's not dry, it is the summer. So the tundra's a little drier, but it's not like, a parched prairie landscape, right, where there's a massive plume of smoke. But what you can pick up is there are 9 riders approaching.
Oh.
They're probably going to be here in about 10 minutes.
So I think I would alert everyone. That rider's coming up ahead.
Esther says, from where? From what direction?
I'll point directly at them, or at the plume of dust.
It's coming from the direction of Whitemount.
Oh, Whitemount, there.
She looks back and forth. What did we... Like, you guys dealt with Vesna, or her people, in getting this information. What the fuck is she... Why is there anybody coming from Whitemount out here?
No idea. Should we question them, Gwen?
Did anybody make enemies without telling the group?
Esther shares a hard look at Killian.
Not that I recall.
Okay, well, let's be ready, just in case.
So what do you guys do to ready to meet these riders?
Do we want to stop and look like we're taking a break so that we can not just stand here? Make it look obvious?
Oh, you have me muted, Sean. You can toast Mo. To Mo!
No.
We can't see any colors, can we? Did you tell us we saw colors?
You can tell they are not, they're not wearing any kind of metal armor. Like, the sun isn't catching on them, Killian. You did roll quite well. You can't see any kind of markings like that. They don't have, like, helms on, so they're not knights that are riding out. It honestly kind of looks like bandits.
Yeah. I mean, I would describe them as bandits.
So why don't you guys give us a knowledge roll? See if you know anything about what's going on. So take a look at your studies and let me know if there's anything that you think would apply to that knowledge roll from there. If so, we'll add +1 to the result of your knowledge roll. If you don't have a thing, just go ahead and click on knowledge. We'll see.
I definitely have a bandit.
So I have Cult of the Radiant Dawn, and I mean we have, we don't like ne'er-do-wells, but these might be too simplistic for me to know anything about. You tell me. I mean,
That's probably not. If it was obvious, precisely, yeah. So, but you still can roll. So go ahead and roll to roll it. There's a little button next to the.
Are these skills?
No. On that, so they're on the knowledge roll is at the top of where your studies are, underneath your attributes.
Oh,
there's a list of your languages and your studies at the top of that. There's a little area where it has your knowledge roll bonus, and there's
the skills.
Okay, yeah.
Skills, yeah.
I have Underworld, so
that's probably a +1. So
okay,
we'll see how you do your. So Gwen has no idea. It doesn't prompt for a modifier.
We just add it. Okay.
Sister Sophia. So that's a really good roll.
This is mundane to normally with a Radiant Dawn, but
yeah. So Killian, what you know that there's not really like one of the reasons where you're going, the Elder Watch Falls is such a good location is because no one goes there. Like this land there are bands of Vormis who live in the foothills out here. So this is not a place that any reasonable merchant, there are safer routes to go here, even for smugglers.
Right.
But Sister Sophia, you've had an inkling that, I'm a little worried about one of the guys who was sitting in on Vesna the Denied on her meeting with you guys. He seemed shifty. And typically what you've heard, and you may have even suggested this, that you need to pay homage to the Queen if you want to gain any information from here. If the Queen heard that a group of you came in and got information from her ally, particularly something, if these Steel Soul Barons have any contact with anybody in Whitemount, it's with the Queen. So if there are a group of riders that outnumber you that are taking the time to chase you down, the Queen may have had someone in your meeting who has let her know what your intent is, which is to strike at the Steel Soul Barons. That is a long way of saying, at best, they're going to ride out and try and take your money or take some kind of payment from you. That's a best case scenario. A worst case scenario is use you as examples of what you do when you don't pay homage to the Queen.
It's probably that wretched female we met with.
Well,
I'm sorry, the Queen is what I was referring to.
Yeah, the one you did not meet with. Turns
that
out
we did
local
not meet
politics
with.
can be pretty deadly. I will show you as well, guys. This is what any one of the Queen's men looks like as they get into view.
Mm-hmm.
And
I
at
sure
their
hope they
head...
Or
Say again?
I sure hope there's at least 4 pictures of that guy because I want to see his face getting chopped up.
This is who is at the center.
Oh, he's a piece of weird too.
Mm-hmm.
So, the Queen's man, Patch. He is the one at the head of this. Once they ride in, are you guys trying to run? There's unfortunately nowhere to hide. There's really nowhere to run to. What do you guys want to do?
There's no more defensive nearby spot, is there?
Not really. If you look at the terrain, that is largely what you're facing.
I think we get Esther to, get down in the grass and try to hide, and the rest of us just stand and get ready.
Okay. So Esther,
Shield up.
here's one cool thing they do is that NPCs, they're sort of a you have a set of stats, but it's a template, and you fill the template numbers in with whatever level of thing you need. So any given character or monster or whatever can be used at any level. All you need to do is just fill in the numbers for it and you're good to go. One of the things they include in that is something called competence, which is like a skill that someone is not trained in. She has +0 with stealth. So who would like to roll for Sister Sophia? 1d20 +0.
For Esther?
For Esther, you mean, right?
For Esther, not for Sophia. Forgive me.
I feel like I just got trolled right there. who wants to roll?
Let me make it up to you.
Sean's
It's 8 o'clock my time. Everyone gets an action die.
There we go.
Nice.
There we
So,
go.
who's rolling? Let's do rotating. Killian, let's start with you. 1d20, please. Let's see how good of a hiding job Esther does.
Great. Hey,
It's not bad.
Pretty good.
It's not bad. Okay, so
considering.
she goes in and finds a little copse of like dry brush or something like that and tries to get herself down as much as she can. What do you guys do to position yourself for when the Queen's men arrive?
I'll go front and center, shield out, and I'll have my sword, not locked away anywhere. It's going to be ready to be pulled out. I don't have a quick draw. Maybe I'm going to have my sword out.
Okay.
Okay.
I tell them, which they may be already familiar with, but I tell them if let's see, if I say how dare you, that everyone should look away momentarily for a split second. I tell them to look away. If we've worked together, they may know that that a bright flash is coming, and you don't want to be looking at it. So
as a she is a priestess as well as a witch finder, so you guys would know she can work certain magical miracles.
Yeah. You might want to be on my left then, Sister Sophia, so I can use my shield to, hopefully block any incoming.
I will take the counsel.
Okay. And Killian?
I think I'll, his thing is to sort of stand back until he's, sees an opening and then rush in.
Okay. So what he will, what you guys will do then is these guys come riding in. And they are it's not a pretty cavalry formation, but it's clearly something they're doing to try and intimidate, right? The Patch is flanked by 2 guys who stop about 50 feet away from you guys. There are 3 who ride up on one side, and there are 3 who ride up on the other side. And then each of them comes off of their horse as well. And the 2 of them will basically 1 in each group of 3 will hold the reins of all the other 2's horses while the others draw weapons. Patch's men are the only ones who they get off, and they stalk forward while Patch still remains on his horse. Once they're in position, let me see if they've spotted Esther or not. They do not seem to have spotted Esther.
Good.
They stop, and they just wait for about a minute before they'll speak.
Oh, I won't wait that long.
Okay, what do you say?
Gwenrig will be like, beautiful day to ride out and give us horses. I wasn't counting on such wonderful tact from the queen. You can just leave some horses there and turn around and head back to Whitehorn. Thank you.
Patch looks over at one group of the guys to the right, looks over at the one to the left. And they all start laughing as well. Ah, you may have not paid homage to the Queen, but you've given us a good laugh, which will be almost as fun as putting you lot down.
No.
The only question, and you can hear a cock as he's locking a bolt into that hand crossbow of his. Why don't you tell us, what do you want with the barons? That'll make up for your indiscretions with the Queen. And we'll make this quick. If one of you speaks up quickly, we may even let that one live.
We will tell you nothing. You will leave 4 horses and depart back to town, or one of you can ride back in bloody shape and tell the Queen that you were all dead in the road.
He sneers, looks over at the others. Try to leave one of them alive, boys. But no bother if they're not. So let's roll some initiative, guys. So, your initiative, I can't remember if you need to click your token or not. But let me paste. And as a reminder, guys, if you do not see a red bar, then they are a standard character. If you do see a red bar, they are a special character. Really, the only consequence of that, well, there's 2 things. For one, in a standard scene, which is most of the scenes we play in, I can't trigger criticals with standard characters. So if I roll a nat 20 on an attack on you with somebody, with one of these chumps, I actually can't trigger it in a standard scene. I can do that with special characters, though. So when you engage with somebody with where you can see there's a red bar there, that means the stakes are a little higher. And then if we are in a dramatic scene, then I can spend those action die and trigger crits on standard characters. Often your characters get other cool shit that you can do, like, for instance, your threat ranges may all go up. So when a dramatic scene is going on, it's point. This is, while dangerous, this is not dramatic. All right, so everyone's rolled initiative. Let me roll for my guys and roll for Patch. I'm going to put Patch's name down here. Go. So it'll show up in the initiative tracker. All right. So for Patch, here's my stats. Here we go. Queen's Men. For the Queen's Men, they got a 12. Sister Sophia, you rolled a 2?
I did.
How the oh, nat 1. Oh, you know, I could trigger an error there. I won't, but I could. I won't, but I could. But I won't, but I could. And I forgot, you guys got action die at 8. I did as well. There we go. All right. Let's see. And then for Patch Patch
So
got
we
a-
should have gotten 2 by now? Is that
No,
right?
you've only got
Or-
one. Just that every time you guys get one, each individually you get
Got
one,
it.
I get one. So
Got
I
it.
got 3, actually. He got 18. All right. We'll wait for Dave to get back here, because I think Patch is going to take a shot at her. She was sassy.
It's only fair to have the player here if you're going to just whack them.
Generally speaking, that is my policy. leave a post on Discord afterwards. By the by, your character died.
Yeah,
Right.
don't bother coming back from that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
Commercial
good.
break.
All right,
about
Dave.
it.
So we got everyone in the initiative order. Unfortunately, Patch is up first. So Patch is going to use one half action to aim. I think it's a half action to aim. Let me double check. Madison, stop cheating already. My goodness.
Seriously.
Let's see here.
See the
Aim
start.
is half action. Yep.
As long as he doesn't have a bolter, I'm good.
He does not have a bolter. He does have a thing that fires a bolt, though.
Okay. That's
So
fine.
he swack unleashes his hand crossbow at you. That is a 12 plus 2, 14. Does that hit your defense?
During the combat, defense is 14.
14. So that does hit you, unfortunately. And damage from the hand crossbow is... Ooh, terrible. I rolled... So it's 1 point of damage, and it's AP 2. But what's your AP armor is 2, right? DR? The PDF might be the best place to find the short stuff. So, or
Yeah.
Okay, so DR2, which means you'll take 1 point of vitality, Gwen. That's the thing grazes you. That's it for Patch. Who has? I think you've got a higher dex, don't you, Killian?
Possibly.
Your dex is 15.
My
Gwen's
dex
is 14.
15.
Yep. So
Oh, okay.
My
Killian,
dex is only
you're up next. What would you like to do?
Is Patch still? They're sitting on horses.
Patch is the only one still mounted. Everyone else is on the ground.
Okay.
There's some on the left and some on the right.
Yeah, and each of them are about say 40 feet away, and Patch is about 50.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And they're sort of in the ring, like it's all
Like a half moon, you can imagine around you.
yeah. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run at and so spend a half action to close the distance to the one that is closest to where Esther is hiding.
Okay, so let's say it's on the left there.
Yeah, I don't want. Yeah, I mean that's kind of it's where she is in the little thing, but I want to make sure no one finds her. So I'm gonna rush over there and attack.
So you
Like,
rush
so
over to where the
that
three.
one
One
over
guy's
that way.
holding the horses, the other two are sort of standing with him. I think you can engage
Yeah.
with all three, or at least the two who are not holding the horses. Then you have one half. What do you want to do with your other half action?
So then, with my other half action, I will attack this turn.
And remember, if you choose to use your 2-hit combo, you got to declare that at the start of your turn, because you get minus.
because it slows me down, right?
No, it just gives you -2 to attacks and skill checks until the start of your next turn.
Oh, okay. I thought it changed my initiative for some reason.
No, it's an initiative action, meaning that when the initiative goes to your turn, that's when you declare it.
Okay, I get it.
Yeah. Would you have
The
wanted
-2
to try and
penalty
attack
is
twice?
also- No, it's okay. This round I won't use it. I'll use it next round. Okay,
so go ahead. I'm going to check their defense. Okay.
I think I used this one here. If this is right.
Let's see. The attack.
My gosh.
And that is not great. That is off by... actually, it's off by 4 on the nose. Do you want to spend an action point? Try and turn that into a hit. Remember, it's 1d4 exclamation mark. It does explode.
No. I think he's just more concerned of his positioning, and so the strikes are more to sort of rearrange them so they're away from Esther's position as much as.
So I will point out another thing that might be of value to you later. Taunt taunt forces an opponent to attack you in close quarters.
Oh, nice. So if they do all of a sudden see her,
exactly. Special characters, special characters like your characters, you can spend an action die to ignore that. But for standard characters, they got to do it if you succeed.
Oh, nice.
Okay. So you go racing over. Killian has run into combat. Gwen, what are you doing? Oh, you're muted, Dave. So we're toasting Mo. To Mo. Just reminding yourself to hydrate. That throat is...
Yeah.
Indeed.
Well, I need to keep my throat wet. Otherwise, I start coughing. So.
Yeah. What are you doing?
Well, I'm actually skilled in Intimidate. Is that what you use for taunting?
It is.
Oh. I'm going to... Gwen's going to look at the ones on the side, to the opposite side that Killian ran at. And she's going to taunt them.
Okay, and... so you can only target one at a time unless you've got something that allows you to target more. Because there are there are certain feats or things that can allow you to do it to more than one target at once. I don't think Gwen has that.
No, I don't think so.
But you could do it to say Patch if you want.
Yeah, actually, I think she will. She'll taunt Patch to, are you going to sit there on your horse, or are you going to come over here and fight?
Sorry, you meant taunt, not threaten, right?
Yeah.
So threaten, it does stress damage to them.
Oh.
Yeah, and then it can kind of demoralize them. The way that this game has a bunch of different kinds of damage, like stress damage and subdual damage and flash damage, which Killian's shades protect against.
Oh.
You got flash resistance 4 with your sunglasses, Killian.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Especially in this party.
That makes sense. It makes a lot of sense.
Actually,
that he's friends with Sophia. He's got the flash glasses on.
I mean, about the fourth time Killian got blinded, he's like, okay, that's just...
I'm sick of this shit.
Yeah, no kidding, right? He's in the middle of the crowd fighting, and she flashes the light. He can't see shit.
Yep.
So, War of Attrition, you may tire up to 3 opponents at once. You only roll once for the action, while each opponent rolls resist separately. Is that tiring? Is that a different action?
So that tiring is against adjacent targets. So once you're in combat with them...
Okay. So I gotta get them to rush forward or whatever.
Yeah. But then that's one that does subdual damage. You're bumping them around as you're fighting them. Okay. But if what you want to do, for instance, is get Patch off that goddamn horse, that's a taunt for sure.
Okay. Yeah, I would taunt him.
So taunt is a contested sense motive check.
Oh.
I rolled a 9 total. Nice. So that's a half action for you. What's your next half action?
She'll... Yeah, I think she'll just stay where she is. Because she's got Sister Sophia on her left.
Do you want to draw some of these other guys in? Because you could taunt another. It's another half action.
Sure. Well, actually, can I just outright intimidate? I don't want them to rush forward. I want to fight Patch by himself. So can I try to make them quivering in their boots?
Yeah. So a threaten is a half action. It's an opponent that's within close quarters. And let me just remind you what close quarters. I think is 25 feet. So they got to be a little closer for you to taunt them.
Okay.
But you could, let's see here. But you could taunt another one if you want to draw them in for combat.
Sure. One of the ones that's in the middle again.
Oh, it's one of the ones who's with Patch. Yeah, go ahead. So give us another sense motive check. I rolled an 11. Yeah. Okay, so there's 2 who are coming in to fight you on their turn.
Okay, good.
And here we go. Range. Close quarters. Oh, close quarters is up to 30 feet. So that's how close you got to be. All right, so Gwen is just screaming at these people. on their turn, they're going to have to spend their full actions. So one of them comes racing in. Patch is going to try an athletics check to leap off his horse. He leaps off his horse and hits the ground. So he's about he can move 30. He's about 20 feet away from getting into Sia. It wasn't a crit fail, or an error, but it was not a very graceful departure from his horse. The others are
because he's visibly fit to fight me.
Yeah, let's see here. They are. I think this guy's also going to race in. So you got 2 on you right now, Gwen. Sister Sophia, you're going to have 2 on you. This guy's holding the horses. Killian, I think they're already engaged with you, so they can try and beat you up. One guy's holding the horses. So, Killian, your defense right now is a 15, I think. So,
yeah.
Okay, so the first is going to try and let's see. I think he's going to try and actually trip you. They want to try and knock you to the ground. So this is an acrobatics check. Woo, you want to beat my 17.
Whoa.
So go ahead and give us an acrobatics check, Killian.
Okay, acrobatics.
That's the top skill, by the by.
Oh, that helps, yeah.
Yeah. What does it look like as this guy tries to push you to the ground and you resist it?
I think he probably, jumps over the leg trip or whatever, just kind of squat jumps over his leg as it comes through.
And he swings his sword at you and misses. And then the second one, having seen that his buddy was trying to get you down, he'll try the same thing. Beat my 16, or my 6, I'm sorry. So just don't roll an error.
Okay. Good thing that was...
Okay, and then a 13 does not hit you, so once again, you duck under him. Sister Sophia, what are you doing?
She shouts at the 2 coming at her, how dare you? The Radiant Dawn knows how to deal with you, and she launches her flash.
Okay, a flare, I think it's called.
Flare.
Okay, I think you can click on the effect button to show what it does.
Okay. Down by the spells, right?
Yeah, right down by the spells. There's an effect on the right side of the little box there.
Okay.
There we go. Awesome. So would you make a fortitude save, please, Gwen, against a DC of... what's your charisma, Sister Sophia?
My charisma is 12.
12. An 11. DC 11.
And since I use my code...
Oh, DC 12, actually.
Any chance she gets an advantage from my how dare you code that I created before the...
Not really, like...
Okay.
No. But no problem. Okay. The other 2... I rolled 2s for each of them. So go ahead and give us a 1d6. We'll just say how many rounds they're blinking and blinded by that.
What do I roll? I roll a
1d6, please.
1d6. Go. There we go.
Nice. Okay, so first, now, what does it look like, Sophia, as you manifest this miracle?
I think she's pointing at them, and then she, flips her hand up. And then whoosh.
So that's a half action. You have another half action. What do you want to do?
Do I have my sword out? How do you think we did?
Do you think you do? You saw Gwen get hers out.
Yeah, I think it's probably realistic.
Okay, so go ahead. If you're going to do so, click on attack on your short sword.
Indeed.
Which is, incidentally, your ritual weapon for the Radiant Dawn. At least among the witch hunters.
It's one of my favorite that you do the flare and then stab moves, particularly satisfying to her. When she can find her weapon to roll.
The weapon is underneath it's about halfway down. There's blocks for each of them.
Got it.
Okay. And
I'm on it.
The attack button underneath the attack column.
That is poor.
So if you had an exploding action die, that could succeed. So if you want to spend an action die, these guys, they do have an alignment. They're the Queen's men. So if you did what that means, if you spend an action die, you roll 2d4 exclamation mark for the benefit of it, because they are not good.
Oh,
yeah. Let's see what it looks like.
Okay,
give it a shot.
So your green bar will go down by 1, and then roll 2d4 exclamation mark, please.
Okay.
Nice. There you go. And I failed my damage save. Don't even roll damage. What does it look like as the first of these guys dies?
So my hand flares, and then I just poke my sword into his eye. Just thunk.
Down he goes. Patch's turn. Patch has to draw his weapon and then race in on you, Gwen. Then it is Killian's turn. You doing, Killian?
Okay, so I think I will try the combo tactics.
Okay. So it would be -2 to attacks and skill checks until the start of your next turn. You have two half actions or one full round. What do you want to do?
So technically that means I could do 3 attacks?
It does. Yep.
Yeah, okay. So let's just start with the attack here on the first guy.
So we'll have to subtract 2 from whatever you roll here, but go ahead.
Yeah, because there's not a
modifier button on it, unfortunately, but
okay, so here we go. So oh my goodness.
It's not far off
7.
though. Do you want to action point that?
Yeah, okay, fine. Let's do it. Maybe I can get lucky.
1d4 exclamation mark. There you go. It's a hit. And here's to save you having to subtract it. It's 8:30 my time. Everyone gets an action die. So do I.
Nice. Okay, so then the damage, I believe, is right here.
Oh yeah, let me roll my. So that's a 14 damage save. What does it look like as the first guy goes down?
I think that I don't know if you guys have watched much, old Steven Seagal movies, but I imagine that that's sort of the way that Killian fights, which is like, no messing around and Jackie Chan style, just like breaking arms and legs, and like, he takes them out of the fight.
Okay.
Doesn't want anybody getting up and getting back in. So he's quite vicious with his martial arts.
Are they dead or are they disabled? Your choice.
Probably disabled.
Okay.
I mean, they might die if no one takes care of them. But I said, like probably like a broken forearm or something that just looks horrible in an action movie, right?
Okay. You have 2 more.
Another attack,
and then another half action.
Yeah. So let's do the next attack on the next guy. Oh, that one's a hit.
So that's remember, your threat range for your unarmed is 19 to 20. You can spend an action die and just kill them outright if you like.
Oh yeah, let's do that. Just an action die, and he just sweeps through the next one.
Swack! So that's 2 guys down. You still have a half action. What do you want to do with your last half action?
Yeah, then seeing as how smooth this is going, he will make the next attack with his half action here.
So as long as you haven't used any of your actions to take a move, you could do a 5-foot step, just like in 3.5. That I think is enough to get in with the guy who's holding the horses. So.
Oh yeah, okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I missed.
That one is that's
4.
Pretty far off. All right.
Yeah.
Then. Gwen, you have many choices of foes right now. You have 2 of these guys on you with short swords, and you've got Patch in with a short sword as well.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to call the herd a little bit. So she's going to attack one of the Thuglians.
Okay. Ooh.
What's with our weak first attacks on these guys?
You want to action point that? Because remember, as a soldier, when you spend an action point on an attack, you roll 2d4 and 2d4, 2 dice.
Oh.
Holy that'll do it.
Nice.
All right. Go ahead and roll damage. Actually, I failed my damage save. So one thing you'll hear me say is before I see your results sometimes, if I don't roll at least at modified 10, they die. Or are defeated, right? Because it's 10 plus
one
half.
damage.
Yeah, so it's just as easy for me to roll first, and if I roll with their damage save less than 10, they're down. That is one down. You have another half action, Gwen. What does it look like as you take that first one down?
I think she just like slices the guy in the arm and shoulder and kind of gets him a little bit in the face, and he just kind of goes
down. Second half action. What do you want to do?
I think she'll attack the other guy.
Go ahead. That is a hit. Go ahead and roll damage. I might survive this. Nope.
No.
Wow, 2 down, Gwen. Then it is.
Just kind of look at Patch and.
Yeah. Didn't he have 8 guys a minute ago? All right. Yeah. So the guy with the. I'm going to make a will save with the guy with the horses that you're facing. Nat 20. He wants vengeance for his enemies. He's still fucking fighting you, Killian. So 2 wild strikes at you. One of them does hit. So you take 4 points of damage total. I don't think you have any armor, but yeah, you got no DR. So it'll go to your vitality.
Okay, hold on. I'm behind the turn order thing.
Yes, sir. I've moved you up there. Let me
straight to the blue bar, right?
The blue bar, correct.
4 points.
Make a check for that dude. The other guy on the horse is mounting on his horse and getting ready to flee. The one facing you, Sister Sophia, has -1. And a 19, so he's still trying to get you. I don't think that is a 11. What's your defense?
My defense is 11.
So he does manage to connect, and you take 5 points of damage. Do you have any armor?
I have studded leather, DR3.
So subtract 3 from the damage. That's awesome.
And you just told me 5? What'd you tell me?
It's 5 points of damage. So you'll take 2 vitality.
Okay.
Then, Sister Sophia, what are you doing?
I am going to, I think I'm going to stabby on my...
Right ahead.
On my foe. Okay, here we go.
I guess they got 5 more rounds of being dazzled.
Dude. Oh, there it is.
Nice. That's a hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay.
Don't worry, I failed my damage save. How does he die?
Stab in the gut, straightforward. He's getting ready for a big swing, and I shunk.
He slumps over.
Took it out of one guy's eye and put it in the next one's gut.
You have 1 more half action. You could 5-foot step and be engaged with Patch along with Gwen, if that's what you'd like, and then take another half action.
Yeah, I'm in.
Okay. Then what are you doing with your last half action?
Can I try to intimidate the ones, given their reduced numbers? Would that be a viable?
It's like threaten him?
Yeah.
So again, look at the combat. The combat sheet. This game does have a lot of very clear implementations of using those skills. So just make sure you find what you're looking for. Say what you're going to do with your action. If what you want to do is threaten the guy to do some subdual damage on him,
that is what I will do.
Stress damage, actually. Stress damage. Okay.
That's what I'll do.
Okay. Go ahead. So then give us a intimidate check against his resolve. His resolve is only a +1. I got a 5. Yeah. Oh, remember the one on the left, guys. Yeah, not the one on the right.
I rolled the wrong one.
That's okay.
But you can see it.
I can see it. Yeah. So that is a 15. You beat me. So go 1d6. That's how much stress damage he's going to take. The way stress damage works is you keep track of it. I make a save against 10 plus half of what he's taken. If I fail my save, I become shaken. This is how like fear and intimidation works.
Bow to Apollo, you dog, as I strut towards you.
He succeeded in his will, but he has taken 3, and it adds up.
Okay.
Like until you break, then keep track. I'll put it in the green bar just so you can see what what is going on. Put that there,
okay.
And then I'll put 3 in there. Okay. Then it is Patch's turn. Patch is going to use a half action to return the favor because he's actually got a pretty decent intimidate check. And he looks at you square in the eye, Sister Sophia, and he says, "I'll gut you and piss on your god." And he rolled a 23 for intimidate. Would you give us a resolve check, please?
All right. Is that a, let's see.
Skill as well.
That's a skill.
Yep.
Okay.
It's 2 above search.
Ooh. So then, Sister Sophia, you take 1 point of stress damage. You can see it's in the block underneath where your studies are. Stress damage is one of the kinds of damage you can track there. So if you put 1 point in there, and then would you kindly give us a will save? You need a 10 or better. And then he's going to attack you, Gwen. And he's going to miss. Oh, no!
I failed.
Now, hold on. You do have action points, the action die. All you need is a 10.
I'd better. It's dignity now. It's dignity. I better.
So here's an upside, too. Remember, this guy also has an alignment to the queen, which means when you spend a die on opposing thing, you get to roll 2d4 instead of 1.
Nice.
Okay.
Yep.
So you spend 1 and then go ahead and roll. 2d4 exclamation mark.
Okay. Not too great.
Fuck. But that's all you need. You needed a 10.
Nice.
So you're not quite shaken, but man, like this guy's, he's clearly has done something like that to people before. You are fully confident of it. Unfortunately, he talks better than he fights, so he doesn't hit Gwen. Killian, what are you doing?
Well, I think I'm going to get rid of this horseman if I can.
Okay.
So I'm not going to bother with the combo attack.
Okay. So your first attack. Yep. Hit. Pretty tough. Okay, it's a good hit. He takes it like a champ, though. So big hit, and he's not down yet. One more half action.
I will attack him again.
Go ahead.
Ooh.
You want an action point that?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. You're 3 off from a hit right now.
Come on, big money.
There you go. Nice. You do not need to roll. The second hit takes him down. All right. Gwen, what are you doing?
What is Patch fighting with?
Short sword.
Gwen's going to go to disarm him.
Nice. That's a half action. Go ahead and make an attack roll with your weapon, and it's contested by his attack roll.
Okay. And
I got a total of 6.
Oh, she got a 12.
So you hammer, it goes to an adjacent square, so like 5 feet away. As you knock it out of his hand, another half action. What are you doing?
Just like leave the horses and go.
Give us an intimidate check. That's it sounds like a threaten, right?
threaten, I think, is
Yep.
what we were trying to give him more stress, I guess.
I got 19 on my resolve check, so make it a good intimidate. There you go. You have to spend a action die to make that a success, though. But it doesn't matter what you get. So that'll be enough. 1d6. That's how much stress he takes. Fucking, he made his...
1d6.
Yeah.
Oh.
5. Yeah, and I got a 17, so he's taken 8. So he's still fucking fighting. That was plus 5. All right. Gwen, that was only... well, that's your 2 guys, 2 half actions.
That's 2. Yeah, but he doesn't have a sword in his hand anymore.
That one guy is...
stressed.
One of the Queen's men is riding off with his other 2 horses. Sister Sophia, what are you doing?
I am going to. I think I'm going to threaten him again.
Okay.
I'm going to follow what It seems like that was Gwen's intent too. So I'm going to threaten him.
Okay. So I rolled a 9 on my resolve.
My goodness,
Yep.
wrong roll again.
That's okay.
There it is.
Remember, it's the one on the left. It's different from any other shoot I've seen. Successful. Give us a 1d6 roll, and I'll make his will save. Oh,
Kinging away on him.
okay. So that's 2. So I failed. Here's what happens. I lose that, but he is. So I lose all my stress damage, but he is shaken 1 now.
Okay.
So that means he suffers, I think it's -2. Shaken is really not good. There we go. Shaken goes up to 4, -2 with attack checks, as well as charisma and wisdom-based skill checks per grade suffered. If a character was shaken 4 is shaken again, he instead becomes unconscious. So he is -2 to most things right now. I put the 1 as the grade that he's at. Sister Sophia, that was 1 half action. You got 1 more half action.
I'll attack him.
Go ahead. If it's just a standard attack, just go ahead and make your attack roll.
Yep.
Oh!
Rolled a 1. Yeah.
I have so many... I'm going to spend 8 to trigger a really nasty error here. You were a little overconfident, Sister Sophia, so you go in for a killing strike. He grabs your hand that's holding the sword, smashes you in the wrist, and you pull away. He has a short sword in his hand again, and it's your ritual implement. But that did use up 8 of my action die in order to do that. So,
very, very cool, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a neat. It also gives me an excuse to start dumping some of these things because, I can do other cool stuff. But that's very, very fun. All right, then it's Patch's turn. And I can use this shit to augment his rolls too. So I'm gonna, with that weapon, I'm going after. With it in his hand, he's going after you, Gwen. It's a miss, but I'll spend an action die and try and get an exploding result. I currently am missing you by 8, so it's going to be a while. Nope. So the first one misses, but you can see he's clearly just desperate to get to you. Misses with the second one, and I'm not going to spend. Fuck it. I'll spend another one. See if this explodes. It does. It does. But not enough. So he is going well after you. Killian, you can see, you hear sort of a shout from over in the direction of the women, and you can see that Sister Sophia is sort of coming back, gripping her hand as if she's pained, and somehow this guy has her weapon in his hand. What are you doing?
Oh, man. How far away are they right now?
45 feet, I believe.
Okay, so I have to move twice to get there or run. run as a full round anyway.
Yeah. You don't have a... but you could also do like
there
one
a charge?
move. There's not a charge.
I was looking for that.
Yeah, I think there is a trick you can learn that's something like that. But what you could do...
Oh, there's a bull rush, yeah. But that means it's a trick if there's a little star by it?
You move up to your... Oh, it's a full action as well. And you don't move double your speed, you move up to your speed.
Oh, it is full as well, yeah.
Yeah. But what you could do, though, is something like... You could move in and try and make a bluff check against the guy. What that'll do...
I could distract him.
Yeah.
And then I'll only be 5 feet away, right? So...
Yep. So exactly. You'll be 5 feet away from him.
Yeah,
try that?
And
Here's another cool thing I love about this game is you don't use... Bluff normally uses charisma, but for this, you use dex. So if you go into your skill next to bluff, change it from charisma to dex, because I think your dex is better than your charisma.
And I have a thing.
Oh, is it your what did it mix it up?
Distract, mix it up. Yeah, only once per round. When you have not taken a distract action for at least 3 rounds, you may take it with a +3 morale bonus.
Yep. So
okay, so
go ahead. My sense motive was a 16, 16. So you can roll this, switch it to dex, then roll bluff.
It's bluff, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Switch there's a drop down menu to grab the trait or the. Yeah.
And then it is +3.
Yeah.
To my result. Oh, yeah.
All right. Give us a 2d6 roll.
Nice.
I'll apply it to his next round.
Oh, that slows him down.
Yeah, his initiative drops for the next round. It drops by 4. He'll be acting on a 14. And I think, Killian, you have a higher dex than him.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's
actually,
cool.
So do you, Gwen. All right, so you going in, what's the distraction?
I think I think I mentioned that he's all alone. Like, point out he's all alone to him. Like, because I just took out his 3 men over there, and maybe sort of hadn't noticed it yet. You're all alone, and we've got you surrounded.
Okay.
A comment like that.
He's looking desperately around. Gwen. He's flat-footed, which means he's easier to hit now too.
Sounds like an attack.
Okay. Yeah, that's a solid hit. Remember, you can spend action die on damage as well after you've rolled.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll damage.
So, damage.
Okay, yes. Holy shit! Wow. All right, so that wasn't a crit, but take a look at this big hit right now. Boom! Do you want to spend an action die?
Then I would get to roll 2.
Only on the attack you get to roll, not on damage.
Only on the attacks?
Yeah.
Oh, sure. Then I will still roll. Oh, why not?
Throw 1, so
1d4.
1d4 exclamation mark, please. 2 more damage on him. Okay? And you have another half action. And I'm just going to double check. I think you actually get to get that bonus of damage for each of your attacks this round. But what would you like to do with your second?
Well, so as a free action, I can anticipate an opponent that I've hit with a sword this round. I suffer a -4 penalty to sense motive check. I gain a stance martial spirit. +1 bonus with melee attacks and checks, and +3 bonus with melee damage rolls.
So those are 2 separate things. You can use a half action to go into the martial spirit stance, and that gives you +1 to hit, +3 damage. Then you also have that other ability, which is as a free action, you can try and anticipate. If you succeed on the anticipate, I think you get +1 to your defense.
Oh, I misread that then.
No, but the stance is a good plan. +1 to hit, +3 damage. You need to spend a half action to get into it.
So that's something you do early in a fight too.
Yeah.
Martial spirit. Okay, yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, and then let's see here. Give us a sense motive check. Your DC is 11. We'll do it this way. DC is 15 with the -4. So sense motive against DC 15.
Trying to find it. Here it is. Nope.
Oh. Potential error. I'm gonna let that go. I need these action die for other shit. So.
Okay.
Okay. So then, so you're not able to get a good read on this guy yet. He's such an unconventional fighter, but you've got yourself in your stance where you're going to start kicking ass. I'm just going to take the initial tracker away because those guys are gone. Sister Sophia, what are you doing?
I am going to. I'll draw my dagger.
Okay.
Draw a dagger.
That's 1 half action.
Okay. And yeah, I'll attack.
Okay. You son of a.
Yeah, give me that back.
Come on.
13.
13 is good enough. That's a hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
All right. Let's see here. There we go.
Nice. Okay. And again, you could spend an action point, add to damage if you like.
You took my weapon. Yes. Yes,
Okay.
I will.
So 1d4 exclamation mark, please.
Okay, 1d4 exclamation.
Come on. Go 3
There you
more.
go.
All right. Then it is so
That
Patch
sword is made fully hands.
on Patch's turn. So Patch is going to go after Killian and Gwen go because of Killian's distraction. Killian, what are you doing?
So now I can take a 5-foot step, right?
You could, yep.
Yeah, okay, so I'm gonna close the distance to him.
Yep.
And first thing I'm gonna do is attack him.
Okay. Now, are you taking your 2-hit combo?
No, I think
Okay.
he's a tough opponent, so I don't want to. Kind of makes me a little sloppy when I do that.
Okay. So you race in.
Yeah. So attack.
That's a hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Nice.
5. Okay. Likewise, you could spend a action point on damage if you want.
Oh, you can. Oh, okay. They can actually add to damage too. Yeah,
Yep.
let's do that.
Yep. And remember, at the start of your turn, you can also spend 1 to add 2 to add 2 to your defense for a number of rounds equal to whatever you rolled. And you have 1 more
Right.
half action.
Yeah, let's do another attack. Let's try and
Okay.
get him here. Oh, I could. Wait, hold on. I just remembered there's all these cool things I can do. Maybe
Yeah.
I should try and trip him or something.
Yeah. Trip is a contested acrobatics.
Yeah, contested acrobatics. Let's do it. I like it.
Yeah, so he becomes sprawled, which is flat-footed and suffers -2 with all attack checks, and he needs to spend a half action repositioning. So if you want to do... so acrobatics you're rolling?
Yeah.
Okay.
So here we go.
I got
Good
a
roll.
11. Oh, sorry, I got a 16. 1-6. But that succeeds.
Oh, yes.
So yeah, so you kick like maybe his ankle or something, and he sprawls. Okay, so he's
Kick him in the ankle.
yeah, he is well off balance right now. Gwen, what are you doing?
Swing and hit.
Go ahead.
So should I put modifiers in for the 1 and 3, or just we're gonna add them?
However you want to do it. Like you just need to remember to take it off afterwards. So whatever's now. Do you want to spend that to crit to do damage directly to his wounds?
Yes.
Go right ahead. Go ahead and roll damage.
So do I have to spend a point?
You do. You have to spend an action die to trigger the crit.
Okay, and so this plus 3.
So that is 8. If you get 2 more, he's dead. Do you want to spend another action die? Gone already. 1d4 exclamation mark. Come on. There you go. So what does it look like as you take him down?
Well, he's getting assaulted from everyone from all sides, and Gwen finally just gets an opening, and she goes right through the throat.
And as he drops, sword drops from his hand to Sister Sophia, I'm assuming you just snatch it before it touches the ground.
Yep.
So he is dead, and he is down. Now,
Gwen's like, are there any horses?
we'll say that a few of them ran away, but there is definitely going to be, and the one guy ran off with 4, but there is 4 left for the 4 of you to collect. And
yes.
You will find on him 2 healing potions.
Oh.
And what the healing potions do is, let's see here.
Does anybody have healing abilities or anything?
You do. Well, we're going to talk about medicine in a second, but let's see here. Potion. A healing potion will restore 1d4 wounds.
Ooh.
Yeah, so you take wound damage. So there are 2 of those. None of you have taken wounds, though. Everyone's only taken vitality. So the way you can recover, if you take an hour rest, you gain, I think it's 1 vitality per level back per hour. So like, I think 4 hours of rest and you'll all get your vitality back. There is also a medicine check I believe you can make. Let me double check here. Medicine. Tools, knowledge. And actually, Sister Sophia is exceptional with that because she does not need a doctor's kit when using medicine. She's that used to helping folks out.
Cool.
Okay, let's see here. And
Indeed.
that would be, let's see here. It takes 1 minute, but at a DC 15 check, you heal. Let's see here. Let's see here. You can clear your stress damage if any of you have any stress damage for 1.
Okay.
Killing him has definitely removed that. Okay, so you could make a mend check, DC 15. If you succeed, you restore 2d6 damage, and it's split evenly between subdual, vitality, and wound points. And the patient distributes any excess. On a crit, it is 4d6. On a crit fail, you suffer 1d6 damage, but they can only receive 1 mend check per day. It's also 9 bells. Everyone gets an action die.
Okay.
So, Sister Sophia, do you want to try and treat anybody, or you just want to leave it to rest?
Let's see, how we doing? Checking everybody here. I'm, yeah, me and Gwen have very light vitality issues.
2 hours of rest, and you guys will get that back. And Killian's only
Gotcha.
4 hours of rest.
Yeah, I'm not bad.
Okay. Well,
We have horses to ride now, so.
we will just pick a cozy grass area like the picture shows. Not,
Okay.
but
Okay. So Esther finally comes out of hiding. They don't seem to have seen her whatsoever. And it's like, what was that all about?
the so-called queen was showing her displeasure.
Should we down...
Apollo will deal with her.
What do you want to do with the surviving guys, the disabled ones and whatnot? Are you allowing them to walk off?
Yeah.
Weaponless?
Yes.
The weaponless walk home?
Yeah, like they're a day and a half off from Whitemount, and these are Vormus lands. So One of the other things that lurks out in this region, remember,
Right.
there are bands of these out here, so you setting them off like that, they're either going to hustle their ass home or they ain't getting home. So you're...
Well, maybe Gwen's like, maybe we could at least leave them with a short sword or something if they do get attacked, or even a wolf attacks them, and they have a chance to fight. Give them some opportunity for valor in the eyes of their god.
I suppose, if it makes you feel better.
What Sister Sophia could also feel is that like they have no god, they have the queen.
Heathens.
Yeah. So, if you let them go, you guys can restore your vitality up to full because you're not going to have any other encounters this day.
Okay.
And you guys will be able to ride. We're going to take our mid-session break in a second here. I just want to show you, because you will otherwise reach Elder Watch Falls without any incident. I'll tell you, the reason you're reaching there without incident is because we're not rolling random encounters where I get to spend action die to trigger random encounters. But, let me show you. I'll go over here first. Get your tokens ready. Oh.
Kev just wants to queue up Monster at the Falls, which is...
Those are quite... Did you say those are big monster falls? Like, no, man, there's a monster at the falls. And I'll put you guys on the side here. There we go. And let me show you where you're going. And then when we get back from our break, you'll talk about how you're going to try and break into the Steel Soul Baron's Redoubt. Take a look, guys.
Ooh. Nice.
So, that is where you reach there with your new horses in tow. I think Sister Sophia might be the only one who is trained in ride. Oh, she's not trained in ride, actually. Are either of you guys?
That'll be under skills.
They'll be under skills, yeah. Ride is a skill. Doesn't mean you can't ride, just means that, things can go wrong. Anyone in this setting knows how to get on a horse and move around. It's just that if you want to get fancy with things, none of you... it means there's that sweet error range of 1 to 3. Yeah, ride it like you stole it, precisely. Then, guys, why don't we take our mid-session break, and then we'll come back and see what happens next. So for those listening at home, we'll be back in about 5 minutes. Okay. While we're waiting for our heroes to get back, let's set up another surprise for them. I hope everyone at home is having a wonderful start to your weekend. I am definitely having a blast here. Let's see. Oh, we'll use this. Yeah. Okay. And let's do this here. Okay. And I should check something. Let's see. Yeah, that's a good position for it. And okay. Hey, Matthew. Hope you're having a great start to your weekend. Let's see. Or a weekend that is well underway, is depending on the time zone, I suppose. Okay, I'm just checking about the type here. Let's see. There we go. Okay, interesting. Oh, and I should check and see. Oh, yeah, let's do that. I think that'll be fun. Okay. Hey, Sean, I've been talking to myself here.
Yeah, got you. Talk it through. Gotta talk it through.
Exactly. No dead air.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, that was a pretty fucking cool opportunity to do an error that you gave me there. I was like, I don't know what this guy's going to do and that was so much more interesting than him having to spend a round going over and picking up his weapon, right?
Oh yeah. That was a good one. Yeah. Is there her ritual weapon? Is there anything in particular to that? Is there anything mechanical?
You need to be using your ritual weapon. I think I fucked up. I think you need to use your ritual weapon in order to trigger that thing that allows you to roll 2d4 when you spend one action die.
Oh,
and then I think like as you gain levels, there are other abilities you might gain that relate to the ritual weapon.
Cool.
Yeah, it's really neat. Like there's a variety of different. You happen to have the first. I normally Crusaders don't gain access to spells right away, but I wanted you to have, because the illustration has that cool picture of her with her hand up. So I used everyone gets one flex feat at first level, and then you get one with your speciality, and then you also get one with. Sometimes you get one with your origin or your. Your talent if you're human. Some characters have 3 feats, some characters have 2 feats, but one of them is always a flex one. And I, as a cleric, you got that fortunate thing that allows you to start with 1 extra dice.
Yep.
1 extra dice, and that's every session too. So, and there's another neat stuff where like there's different varieties of feats, and certain things are chained or are more potent if you have more feats in that category. So like it'll say like you can use this a number of times equal to the number of X feats you have. The difficulty, like the save for your spells, is based in part on how many spellcasting feats you have. That's why, like with Gwen as a soldier, I think it's either as a soldier or as a fighter, you've got an ability that you count as having 2 more melee feats than what you normally would. Just because some of the feats are like that, are based on those things. So you guys have been riding for now a total of 4 days. By the time you reach here, you heard this before you got here. There's the roaring of the water hitting the ground, and then the sound that's being cast off by the kind of the walls of the canyon here. why don't we start with, do you want to give us a knowledge check, guys, to see what you might know about what to expect here?
Okay.
And if anyone has any studies that they think would apply, remember you get a +1 then for each of the ones that apply. So this is a redoubt, a hidden redoubt of the Steel Soul Barons. Anyone have any studies?
It doesn't sound very Scandinavian, no?
Probably not, no.
No.
Cult of the Radiant.
I don't think so, no. Because that's knowledge of the actual cult of that itself.
Yep.
What other things do you have, though? I can't remember what studies you have.
Kimmery culture? Is this the area? No, this is something different.
Yeah. Oh, Lost Empires of Thule, though.
Yeah, is this?
That would definitely apply. Okay. Oh, Killian, holy shit.
Yeah, I got a great roll.
Yeah.
I'm not necessarily well versed in this, but I did roll well.
And Sophia, let's see
You
how
train in a redoubt or something?
Okay, so you not know. Turns out Killian's heard a fair bit. So what you expect is this thing is going to be in an elevated position behind the waterfall. You also know that they often have some way of triggering easy access to this. There's got to be some way of either, like there's a trail that goes up there, or there's some kind of magical or technological trail that leads up. You also, I think with that roll, I'm going to say you've managed to acquire it's made out of a strange material, but it looks like a playing card. And it has a strange stripe on it. It should gain access to the redoubt. So you see, to find this fucking place and then get up to the door, it should get you in the front door. But it's finding it. How do you guys want to do that? That fall, those falls, I should say, look to be, I don't know, 200 feet high? 100 feet high, maybe? And those are probably some very slick rocks. And it's a question of whether the redoubt is occupied or not. And if so, are they keeping watch? Esther asks, how do we approach it then?
Can we try to sneak?
Should we look for a watch first? Recon?
We could go at night when they'll be more difficult to see us, and if they have any fires lit to keep warm, we might be able to spot where they are.
What Killian can tell you, if it's a redoubt, this is going to have likely Atlantean or Elderfolk tech in it.
Oh, they might not be using normal fires. That's right.
They use their persisting fire. Atlantean tech, if you want to visualize it, think like 50s sci-fi. You know, corny ray guns, flying saucers, that kind of stuff. That's Atlantean tech.
Awesome.
Yeah, think more Flash Gordon than Star Wars or Star Trek. Sorry, what was that, Dave? I was talking over you.
Oh, more Flash Gordon than John Carter on Mars?
Yeah, definitely more. There is places in Thule that would speak more to that, but yeah, this is definitely actual high technology. So
do we want to? I don't know how sneaky we are. Let's see, what skill is that? That's
stealth.
I don't have it. Anybody else have stealth?
Sneak. It's below
sneak.
motive.
Yeah.
I have minimal ability.
A little bit, but I mean, if we're not sneaky as a group, then I don't know how valuable it is to try and.
So the way the group
in.
check goes, Esther's sneak, as we've established, is a +0. So if you want to bring her and have the benefit of her knowledge, you could bring her along, Or you guys could just go yourselves, and then just 2 of you need to succeed. Remember, the average difficulty, I believe, is like a 13 or a 14 for your thing. So
I don't have any sneak.
I have none either, and that means our penalty is also 1 to 1 to 3.
No, so there's not. It's not that there's a penalty. You still get to add roll 1d20 plus your dex thing. It means the error range is 1 to 3. Yeah. If you roll a 1, 2, or 3, I could spend an action die and cause an error.
Right.
Which is really funny, but I mean, so it's
do
good either way, is what I'm saying.
Do we want to just try this at night when it's dark, but then it'll be more treacherous because we can't see?
No one's got dark vision. Sister Sophia does have a spell to create like something brighter than a lamp, but that would also make you pretty
obvious.
Conspicuous.
I think it's 10 minutes. It's good for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Or
You
go and assume that they're not watching, because who the hell would they be watching for?
Yeah, like, this is in the middle of nowhere.
Middle of nowhere. It's hard to get here. Why would they be watching for people to come when no one even ever goes out here? And this is dangerous lands.
That's fair.
Of the Vurmis.
Okay. So, do you want to bring Esther with you?
We have to, don't we?
I mean, she could stay behind with the horses. Otherwise, you're leaving the horses here, and then she's happy to come along with you. She's happy to do whatever, but...
Yeah.
What do you want to do with the horses while you guys are scaling up this cliff? Or reconnoitering this? I mean, the information could be wrong. There could be nothing behind that.
Could also be at the bottom. There could be like a stairwell. How would they get up normally if they have to go this way?
That's a good point. Why don't you each give us a notice check? Let's see if you can spot something.
Maybe we got to get closer, but...
Notice.
Wow.
No.
So, Sister Sophia, if you want to spend an action point, I'll let you notice something.
Okay. Let's see.
So you are studying this stuff, and what you can see, Sister Sophia, is they're closer to the base of near where the waterfall is. There is a conspicuously shaped little pillar. It looks like they've attempted to disguise it as one of the rocks at the bottom, but whether just because of force of time or whatever, it is clearly not one of the natural rocks that is here. The other thing you've noticed is there appears to be like a mule trail that leads right up to that fucking thing at the base of one of the sides of the wall. It's not near the very bottom of the waterfall. It's about probably maybe 50 feet or so, 75 feet to the left of it from looking straight at the waterfall. But it looks almost as if a pack train has made its way across near where the pool is at the bottom up to this strange shaped little pillar, and then the tracks seem to go no further.
I pointed out, look at that odd-shaped rock. This clearly doesn't belong there.
Any one of you could give us a knowledge check, or you can roll for Esther, who has a 1d20 plus 11 for her knowledge.
Ooh. It's somebody else's turn to roll for Esther.
Dave, I think you're rolling for Esther. 1d20 plus 11, please.
Oh.
It may be a trigger. If they are bringing pack animals through here, and from what you understand, there are some who, that is what the Steel Soul Barons do. They collect stuff and transport it in some cases. How would you get pack animals up there, absent powerful magic, which would be foolish and wasteful every time you need to bring people in. It may trigger a way of accessing the redoubt.
Do we know about your card? Was it Gwen or Killian that had the card?
Killian's got a card.
Killian, what about that card you obtained?
Yes.
We should see if there's anywhere in that pillar that the card belongs.
Let's go check.
Let's go closer.
Okay.
Esther, do you want to come with us? Or do you want to wait here with the horses in the Vormist lands?
You're going into what might be an Atlantean or Elderfolk redoubt. You'll have to fight me to keep me out.
It's full of mysteries and enchantments and the finest merchandise this side of the River Jordan all sail today. Come on down.
And I think the trail goes there, right, Kevin? We can bring the horses to this pillar at least.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do so and see what happens.
So you head on over there, and what I'd like you guys to do is give us another notice check, please.
James is in chat. He's like, my battle brothers.
Hey, James, what are you doing up at this hour?
Clearly, he's wishing it was
Yeah,
a
normally it
Death
was
Watch.
40K, yeah.
Yeah, he's wishing it was a Death Watch Friday.
Okay, so everyone give us a notice check, please.
No tease. No tiss.
Okay.
No on the tiss.
Okay, I'm gonna. Okay. And then, sorry, Killian's gone, Sister Sophia's gone. Oh, and Gwen, that was yours at the top there. Okay. Sean, would you give us a 1d20 plus 5, please, for Esther?
Mm-hmm.
And I'll tell you what happens. So you guys get, you're making your way along. You're getting closer to the thing. Unsurprisingly, she's just absolutely focused on that. And I do not think any of you speak this language. So you guys get up there. Are you riding your horses, or are you leading them by the halter?
I think leading them.
Okay. So you make your way over towards this, and Esther, as you're getting closer, like, it's, now that you're looking at it, it's more obvious this is, like, there's no way this is a natural thing. And in fact, it was, who rolled so well in that before? Oh, it was Sophia. Sophia, as you're going up, you can almost see like a seam at the top of this kind of blunt thing, as if like it would open somehow. You guys are about maybe 20 feet away from it when you hear something squawk from behind you, and in a language that is not human, and in a language that none of you speak, or in a voice, I should say, that is not human, in a language that none of you speak, you all turn around. And this is hovering.
Whoa.
Okay.
And its head is kind of and turning, rotating, trying to... It has asked you something. And I'd like everyone to give us a will save, please. It's only going to be a DC 10, but you might take some stress damage from this. I'll make the roll for Esther. 14, she's good.
Okay, Will's the bot one.
Okay. Yeah, killing no problem.
Can't affect my will if I don't understand what it's beeping about.
Oh, a potential error.
Yeah, this is in the Northlands. This is she's never heard or seen or anything like this.
I'm gonna spend 2 action die to trigger basically a taunt. So you're gonna have to attack this thing, Gwen. She just like, what the fuck? You can choose to ignore that by spending an action die. No, and then Sister Sophia, you could spend an action die to try and get that to 10, or you can take 1d6 stress damage. What do you think?
We're probably about to get one, right? To get a.
You are, yeah.
I'll spell one.
Okay. So don't bother modifying it. You'll be getting in a minute. Go ahead and roll 1d4 exclamation mark, please. Oh, you fail. You take 2 points of stress damage. Give us a will save, please.
2 stress damage?
Only to Sister Sophia. You're attacking. That's your consequence. Gwen, that's more significant than... This could have gone peacefully.
How much did I take, Kevin? Did you tell me?
I did. You took 2 points of stress damage.
Okay.
Oh, I rolled that instead of Sean. Sorry.
Oh, did you? Sorry. Yeah, no.
I thought you were asking me to roll it. So I thought...
That's okay. I should have been more clear. Everyone gets an action die, myself included. All right.
James thought he bungled up his Fridays.
That's great.
Oh, he thought he was getting here late.
Yeah. It's like, what's going on? You're playing without me?
You sons of bit. All right. So then, why doesn't everyone roll initiative? Gwen's the only one who's going to act this round and this thing, but next round you guys will be able to go. Ooh, and I'll roll for Esther.
T20s are so variable, it's hilarious.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and then for this thing, it's 14. Okay. Go, and Esther got a 3. All right. Remember, you can spend action die on initiative rolls too. It's a roll, any roll that you're making. If you wanted to try and go up, Killian, you could. 1d4 exclamation mark. I mean, sisters, it's Gwen and this thing.
It's a pretty crazy roll to get ahead of 14.
Okay. Then, I guess, Gwen, do you want to act before this thing?
Sure.
Okay. So give us a 1d4 exclamation mark.
We're going to curb any opportunity to try and negotiate a non-violent means of solving this issue.
Definitely action points well spent. Look at that, 7. Holy smokes. So your initiative is now 20. If you want to change that. Nice. All right, so you're up first, Gwen. What are you doing?
Smacky.
I think this thing is 5 feet away from you, so like you can easily...
She'll step in and crack it because she has no idea what's going on, and it looks dangerous.
Yeah. 21 is a solid hit. Go ahead and roll damage. 8 points of damage. So this thing is like hitting when your sword hits it, it's like hitting, castle forged steel armor.
What's going on?
Let's see, that does get through, but it's not a huge amount. Let's see here. And I'll make my damage save. Let's see here. So you hit this thing and it kind of... that is 1 half action. You still have another half action.
I shall swing at it again.
Okay.
Like, she doesn't know what to disarm or...
Solid hit.
Yeah. And it looks too big to bull rush, so...
Yeah. Well, it's also flying, right? Because it's got those hover things on it.
Yeah.
14. Wow. Let's look at this. All right. Damage save.
Hits things.
So you hit this thing and it buckles part of its superstructure in, and the whole thing just begins it careens off towards the direction of the wall as if it was trying to flee. Its fans are malfunctioning, so it slams into it and explodes. You'll get an action die for that, Gwen. Your hand was forced, but...
Okay, sure.
So
Impressive, Gwen.
This all happened in the span of less than 6 seconds as this thing appeared, and then Gwen just destroyed it.
She's like, It was an enemy, right? It looked dangerous.
I think so.
It looked dangerous. What was all
Didn't
those
act friendly.
Yeah, it had all those whirly bits and sharp things.
Doubt not, Gwen. It stood in our way. Have no doubt.
Esther is looking over in the direction where it's kind of like the scrap is going down. She says, remind me when we leave to search it. It may have... It's clearly of Atlantean make, and it may have artifacts within.
Do you want to search it now? Maybe it has a means of entrance. If it can come and go.
What do you guys
Maybe
think?
worth the time.
Search that pillar for something where your card would afford you a benefit.
So I'll go. Are we close enough to do both, sort of?
The thing is also burning still right now.
Okay.
You know, that you might want to let it, whatever that thing was that Gwen just destroyed, it's still smoldering and fire is coming out and whatnot.
Okay, then I'll move over to the pillar.
Okay. So you reach the pillar, and it feels like a stone on the outside, but you can feel it kind of rolls back, and what is exposed is a little slot that's about the size of a playing card or the artifact that you've brought with you.
Okay, I'll put the artifact into the slot.
You begin putting it in, and for a moment you think it actually might go the entire way in, but it seems to meet a little bit of resistance about halfway, and you depress it a little further. And then there is a sound that startles you guys once again. And there are lights that flash kind of up the wall as effectively a ramp comes out the side of the wall, wide enough that you could easily walk your horses up to a point where you can then walk behind the waterfall. It was completely hidden. The sides of these are completely camouflaged with the sides of this structure.
Well, good.
Seems good, right?
It leads her horse on the ramp.
Okay. If you guys make your way all the way up the ramp, allow me to get you guys set up on an Otra map here. And I might need to shift ping to bring you guys over here. I'll have to see where this places you. And let me just update her token here. What you find is as you get behind the waterfall itself, it is quite dark. But let me show you guys what you find here. Because this trail leads right up to a door. And it is a door that seems to be made entirely of metal. Each of the squares is 10 feet by 10 feet, which is why I've got your tokens a little smaller in there. As you walk towards it, you can see there is, Killian, in the center of the door, there appears to be a ring that has a slowly pulsing kind of series of red lights that are moving around.
No. What the heck is that? see those red lights?
Esther's staring at them and nodding slowly. Yes.
Should we be concerned about them?
It's the way to get the door open, perhaps. Esther,
Try.
thoughts?
The key, perhaps? Or a handprint? What do you think?
Let's try.
Try that card again, maybe?
We'll try it again, yes.
So if you move your cart up towards there, what I'm going to assume, Sophia, is that once you see what is within, you will activate your light spell. So that's where the light is coming from right now, is from your
Yeah. My ability.
Token. Yeah.
Or spell. Yep.
What do you think you cast it on?
I would say, looking at my party members, I could cast it on my hat.
Yeah.
Try it.
You're at the front, so
Yeah, I'll cast it on my hat. We'll give that a shot.
Okay. Then all right, I'm just gonna position some things here.
with the light you can stop.
Oh, you know what I gotta do?
out of
Hold
you.
up. I'm gonna make sure. I don't think I've got everyone's character sheet set to be only viewable by them, because we're about to get some dynamic lighting going, guys. And we don't want anybody seeing through another hero's eyes. Where's the fun in that?
George says Malo is to join the party tomorrow.
Yes, tomorrow we've got we actually got 3 sessions of this over the course of like different adventures, mind. But yeah, Sean's back tomorrow morning too.
I am.
Sister Sophia will be up to some other shenanigans tomorrow. Okay, so that's set.
Cleansing the world of heathens.
Definitely. And with more of the Reavers of Thule as well.
Nice.
Mm.
Let's see here. So I think I set... Jeff, I think I set yours already. So let me just correct this here. There you go. All right. Who is the one who is going to put... Killian, are you going to put the card in?
Yeah, I'll attempt it.
And who else is going to be up there? Is it Gwen or is it Sophia? There's really only room for one. Sophia's the one who's got the glowing hat.
Yeah, she's got the light, so maybe her.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's swap places here. So you make your way up. You touch your card to this thing once again. And before it even touches, you can hear a... And it... The red light turns yellow. Something depresses within. And you can hear a... And then in an impossible bit of geometry, the whole thing seems to like unspool as if it was separate pieces and exposes something within. What you can see within there is a corridor that goes down about 30 feet, which is about 10 feet wide. The interior here is entirely metal. The floor, the ceiling, the sides. There seems to be strange lights set into the side, as if someone was making some kind of elaborate art structure with different colored bits of glass as decoration, as opposed to paintings or frescoes or things like that. And at the far end of here, you see a much rougher metal heap. It looks like it is a pile of different things, and the metal catches the light coming from Sophia's eyes in a way that does not seem like it is steel. It catches it in a way almost as if it was crystalline, or like a prism, the way it magically splits light off. It is definitely unlike any metal you've ever seen. Sophia and Killian, would you each give us a knowledge check? Let's see if you can make any sense of this. And Sophia, you get a +1 to this.
All right.
So treat your... Yeah.
So, in my check modifier for interest in languages, there was already a 1 in there. Do you think there's a reason for that?
In which?
In the
because
the
that's
knowledge check
Yep, that's your intelligence modifier.
Automatic. Okay.
Yeah, the check doesn't automatically... Oh...
My brain hurts even just looking at it.
You know what I'm going to do? Hold on. I'm going to spend some action points here. There's going to be stress. I think that secretly you may have been hoping that this wouldn't work. You take 8 points of stress damage and give us give us... So remember, you apply it to the stress damage on your character sheet, not on your token. And you guys should have your vitality all back. You had plenty of time to recover from that. Neither of you can make sense of what's in here, but you're not as fucked up as what Killian is. So it's underneath the studies there, Killian. There's a separate one.
Oh, yeah, I see it now.
Yeah.
8 stress.
And then give us a will save against a DC 14, please.
Will...
This is just Killian, or is this both of us?
Just Killian, because he's taken... The reason he's doing it is because he's taken stress damage.
Holy shit.
And you're not going to be able to... So, Killian is shaken 1, which means... -1, or no, -2 to all attacks. Let's see here. That is in the combat section right at the beginning. I think it's... You may not take 10, you may not take 20, -2 with all attack checks, as well as charisma and wisdom-based skill checks. You lose 1 shaken grade at the end of each scene. So let me give you a little bit more to the... And then I'm going to ask for you to tell us what... why Killian is reacting this way. What you then hear is the sound of, like, you're sort of seeing stunned. So, Sister Sophia, you're trying to make sense of what you've seen, but Killian, like, you just seem to be in horror at the sounds that are coming from this place is as if it's a living thing. And then something steps into view and looks back at you. In place of that axe, it has a shovel that is carrying what appear to be... It might be the detritus of something similar to what you saw with that floating metal golem. But this thing is carrying him along, and you think you can see something human under there. But then when it looks at you, its eyes flash red. And its whole stance kind of shifts. And it makes a sound that is utterly inhuman. Killian, why are you reacting so badly to this? Is there something that...
Maybe I've just, heard tale of places made with these, this sort of crystalline metal, and just, people that I consider much more capable and powerful than myself, barely survived the experience, kind of thing.
Yeah, and maybe like if Gwen did happen to share what her experience was, like she lost 3 centuries of time by fucking around with this kind of stuff. And this thing, the way it screams is, it sounds like its voice is broken because it cuts in and out as it's shouting. And then what it's shouting, translated in the subtitles, is roll initiative. So they got a. Oops, it's not that. They got a 17 on their initiative. Holy smokes.
I got a 1.
Oh my goodness, Sophia! It's good for you to be prudent in how to approach this thing. You know, you got to be. You don't want to rush
You
in.
got to think it through. You got to think it through.
Killian, holy shit, though. Killian is prompted to action here. And
sorry, did you say I had some levels of shaken too? It's right beside stress.
Oh, cool. Yeah. You have 1 level of shaken right now.
Oh, 1 level. Okay.
Yeah.
Shaken 1. There we go.
Okay. Then, and I'm going to put Esther just right at the bottom of this. All right. So let's put it in the Sonding. Killian, you're up first. Each of these squares is 10 feet, and I've got on the battle mat now what you can see at the end. The way that it screams, it is human size. It's a big lad for sure, and it looks like maybe it's an axe shovel that it's got in its hand. It seems like it's got little bits of collected sky metal that is put back together as if it's like discarded Atlantean trash or replicas thereof.
Is there a hold action? I just like playing up the fact that he's like delay.
That's a good question. There is a delay. It's a full round action to take a half action at a later point. So what do you want to delay for? Or is that what you would want to do?
That's ready in action. There's delay -1 initiative for this round. Max 10 plus your initiative bonus.
Oh, so you could drop down in your initiative down to up to 11. So if you want to let them go first, that's just delaying, and then readying is a.
He's just delayed. He's just sort of in shock. He's just like, and then this thing appeared, and I think that normally, I think you can see like he's ready. He should be rushing in, but he is not. It's like, it's quite clear, I think, to his allies that he was ready to burst in, and then something happened. He saw this thing. And
yeah. All right, so this thing is what sees you. It screened that digitized thing, and its eyes were not glowing red before. And then it is going to move 10, 20, 30 right into you, Killian. Do you get to interrupt, or...
I think I just... Yeah.
Yeah, you'll have to act at the round after this guy then. So you'll be acting at 16.
It just lowered your initiative, yeah. It didn't actually do anything.
Well, once you act, your initiative count resets to the value, to its value at the start. So I'm not going to move you, because after you act, you will be back at 21 again.
Oh, yeah, okay.
That's pretty cool.
Sense.
All right, so this thing comes running in. That was just one action, or half action to move in, and then a half action to try and hit you with this. I'm going to use one of its abilities here. So I'm going to take, this will just be a flat roll, and I miss. This thing clearly put everything into this swing. And it hits the side, and sparks fly from where it goes up. And then you can hear someone moving from within. See here. He has friends. I'm only going to let them take a half action this round, because they're not quite ready to leap in. Move these guys down. All right. Okay, then Killian, what are you doing?
So I take -2 on this, right? From the stress thing? The shaken? Yeah. I'm gonna start by. I think he's gonna attack this guy as his first action.
I want to check one thing
action.
here. Hold up. I feel like there might be an action to try and like recover, to shake a condition.
Oh,
You might not need to add any penalties if you've already changed your sheet to shaken one.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, because it
probably has the penalties built in.
Yeah. Okay. Anticipate, delay. Nah, maybe I'm mistaken here. I don't see it in the list of actions.
yeah, no, it's okay. So here he goes. He's gonna try and punch this thing.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Yeah, that's a solid hit. And
Okay.
their
Damage.
save is...
Oh, max
Okay.
damage.
Holy shit, it's 14 I need. What's it look like as this guy goes down?
I think it's just like he's sort of reacting out of fear at this point, and I think it's like, you know, one of those like scenes in a movie where it's like, you know, he's fighting the final, you know, could be the final boss or whatever, and he just like grabs him by the head and just breaks his neck, like just yeah, like it's like, well, that was.
So here's what you
Quick.
see as it hits the ground. Its eye, like it's got that one busted goggle. Its eyes looking up at you. The red is there, and then it fades away.
Oh,
You have one more half action, and you can see at the end of the corridor, there's 3 more who are making their way in. One of them, the red eyes turn on.
oh shit. Let's see. Is there a defensive? Sorry, let me just look real quick. Paint, taunt, refresh. No, I don't see.
There is a full defense action, but that's a full round action.
Yeah, no.
Do you have anything you want to get out? Or
Oh, there is a half action anticipate. Sense motive, DC 10 plus target base attack bonus. On a success, gain a dodge bonus to defense equal to your wisdom modifier.
I'll put the dot on the one that's red if you want.
Let me just check if I have a wisdom modifier.
Oh no, it's minimum 1, isn't it?
Oh yeah, minimum 1.
Yep,
Oh,
yep.
Sure, that's worth it. Then.
So that'll be a DC 12 sense motive.
Sense motive is somewhere in here. There it is. Oh, I'm actually not bad at it.
Yep.
Oh, it's a.
You want to action point that?
Sorry, what was the target?
12.
Oh, no, I'm okay. I think.
Okay. Then it is Gwenrig.
Save them.
So you've seen basically this out of the corner. Something came running out, and you saw that massive axe hit the side, and then Killian broke this dude's neck, and he dropped to the ground. What are you doing? You can move freely through other people's squares. Each square is 10 feet, remember.
Okay. She'll move into there
Okay.
and actually to the other side in front of Sophia.
Okay.
And
If that's all you want to move, you still have another half action then.
yeah, but ready is a full action. So heck, I'll also try to anticipate.
Sure. Give us a sense motive check.
Sense motive.
And then it'll be... It's only 12 you need, so do you want to action point that?
Roll 20 is trying to get us to use our.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Nice. Okay, so you get plus... What's your wisdom bonus, Gwen? So you got +1 to your defense.
+1, yeah.
Sophia, what are you doing?
Can she try as he didn't get it right? My earpiece went out a little bit. He didn't. I wouldn't mind seeing what his motive was as well, if that's the.
Oh, so what sense motive? What they're doing is anticipating. They're using the anticipate action to try and get a bonus to their defense.
It's a dodging thing. Yeah.
Because we're too far away to move in and attack, and we
Can I
want
make any read on the one with the red eyes? Is what I was.
No, that's not the way. That's not a. Like I don't know what you're asking for. Like they're coming in with weapons. One of them tried to kill Killian, so I don't think that they're.
It was like why the red eyes went on one.
Oh,
that's really what she was.
Don't know.
Yeah. Okay. I will. I guess. Hold action.
So that's not a thing in the game. Remember, you if you want to take an action,
I can't remember what it's called. Whatever
ready.
We just called it.
So, but if you're readying, there's two things. One of them was delay, which is what Killian did. He was dropping down the initiative order, but you're at the end of the round though, so you're not going to be able to drop to where they are. What you could do is ready an action, which is pick a half action to take that is contingent. That takes your full action.
Gotcha. And that would last until my next turn.
Correct.
Yeah, I'll take my full to attack when one gets in reach.
Okay, so that sounds great. Esther, I think, is going to control the animals. Killian, give us a 1d20 roll. I've got a really funny thing that's going to happen if it's a 1.
Oh,
okay, not a 1. So you're good.
Oh, okay.
Killian, you're at top of the round again. What are you doing?
Okay, they are
30 feet away from you.
Far. Oh, I guess I could make it, but that might leave me in there alone.
Mm-hmm. When has that ever gone wrong for any character? Wait a minute. Let me think.
take a 5-foot step and ready and attack.
5-foot step. Right? As long as I have an attack.
Well, that is starting your action then. I mean, you could take a 5-foot step, and then do you want to do what like Sophia did, where you're going to ready an action, or?
Yeah, I'm gonna spend the full action to ready a half attack, like a half action attack.
You got it. You will not have to wait long. Yeah. No. This one runs in at you, Killian. So go ahead and make your attack. This is the red-eyed one.
Yeah. Okay.
And Sister Sophia, because you were keeping an eye out, what you can see, he kind of like ran diagonally across the corridor to go directly for Killian.
Okay.
14 is with your -2. So it doesn't look like it's tracking the -2 on the sheet.
No, I don't think it is,
but that's okay. But a 12 is a hit. So go ahead and roll damage. I'll make a save. Ooh, I might have saved.
Oh, minimum.
Okay, so...
I'm going to spend a thing to increase the damage.
Yeah, go ahead. 1d4 exclamation mark.
Come on, roll 20. Give me like a big explosion here.
No! So an 8, but it is a lot. So you started softening this thing up. It does mean it's in close enough so it can try and hit you. It's going to do the exact same thing, like put a whole bunch of weight into this. That's a miss. Bang! One of those glass things on the wall explodes out from where the axe goes in. Then, let's see here. We'll move one up and attack Gwen. Likewise, 11 doesn't hit your defense is a 13, I think, or a 14, right?
It's normally a 14.
14. Okay, so
that +1 bonus right now.
Oh yeah, right, 15. So yeah, that doesn't hit. This one is going to ready. It grabs a scrap of metal, and I'm going to put a. Let's see here. Let's put a dot. Here, a shield. This one's now carrying a shield as it moves in. And you guys can see there are other ones. This one's going to come in and grab a shield. And then 10, 20, 30. This one's going to move up and just is clamoring to get in at you guys. The rest are going to start moving forward and just try and figure out what's going on.
And they're all kind of like 5 feet apart, kind of like...
Yeah. Here we go. All right, and then Gwen, you'll be up next. I think that's all of them.
Okay.
Gwen, you're up. What are you doing?
When you're in a stance, are you allowed to move?
Depends on the stance. Some stances you cannot move. Most stances, I think your sword one, you can.
I forgot about my stance.
Spirit stance, +1 bonus with melee attacks and +3 with melee damage.
Yep, no problem. It's more often it's like range things that don't let you move.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, I think that'll be her first half action is to drop into the stance.
Okay, so you're in your stance now, and then what's your second half?
Smack that one that's just in front of her.
Is it the one with the red eyes or the one that's in front of you?
The one that's directly in front of me.
Okay, go right ahead. Yeah, that's a huge hit. Go ahead and roll damage. Never mind, failed my save. What does it look like as it goes down?
It just drops it right across the front.
Yeah. Awesome. Then, Sophia.
So is Sophia able to tell whether they might be undead?
You can tell they are not from the vibrant blood that's coming out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Checking. Then she is. Let's see. She will step past.
Okay.
And attack.
Okay. The one that is that Killian injured with the red eyes, or one of the other ones?
Ooh.
I think the injured one.
Go ahead.
I don't know. I don't suppose there's an outnumbered.
No, there's certain feats that allow you to that you get a benefit from things, but there's not a flat like.
Right on.
Yeah.
There we go. 14.
14 is a hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay.
Actually, yes. Yeah. You just sink your sword into this thing while he's distracted by Killian, and Killian once again, because he's facing you, the redness of the eyes fades before it falls.
Nice.
Okay. Esther's controlling. I'm just gonna take Esther out of the initiative order for now because she's keeping the horses under control. Killian, what are you doing?
Okay. Okay, Aussie. Oh, so if I use the combo, the pummel, that's how I take my stance, correct? Is that right? Is that the way it works?
Nope. So the stance is separate. There's two things you get from your combo basics.
So just gain the stance.
Yeah, you gain a mix-up trek, which allows you to, once per round, when you've not taken a pummel action, the last 3 rounds, you get +3 to it, blah, blah, blah. Also, you gain a stance. To activate a stance is always a half action. And what your stance does is when you hit an opponent with a melee or unarmed attack while in the stance, they take a -2 morale penalty to attack checks until your next initiative count.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a 5-foot step.
Yep.
And I'm going to take my stance.
Okay.
And then I'm going to attack this guy in front of me.
Go right ahead.
Hopefully I hit him, because then the penalty applies. Mm-hmm. Oh, terrible.
Okay, that's actually not that far off from a hit. I think that's 2 off from a hit. That's 1 off from a hit.
Let's try with the... Oh, yeah.
Nice. Yep.
There we go.
Go ahead and roll damage.
Oops. So, drop this to 2.
I'll roll this damage save. What does it look like as he goes down?
I think that this one is... actually, I think that he just saw, like, they're sort of mindless and, hell-bent on just killing him. I think he's sort of seen this technique works, and I think he just sort of, again, reaches out and just snaps its neck as it's sort of, like, mindlessly trying to pummel him with its giant weapon.
Incredible. All right, so on my turn, I'm going to do something cool. I'm going to spend 2 action points to upgrade one of the standard characters to a special character. And what happens is the red eyes appear on that one that's got the shield. And then what you see is it kind of like twitches as if it was like a malfunctioning marionette of some kind. And let me quickly... Oh, and good job, Kev. from before recording what the fucking stats are for the upgraded one. So there you go. Now you guys can all see which one has the red eyes now, right? Yeah. It is going to, knowing where you are, it runs forward and slams into you, Killian. It's going to try and bull rush you off the back and out over the waterfall.
Oh, no.
So this is contested athletics check. So mine is, let's see here. I rolled a 17, and I'll spend an action point to, or action die. 18 total. So give us an athletics check against 18. Nice! Do you want to trigger a crit? You'll be an action
absolutely. Point. So I spend an action point? Yeah.
Let's see. So I think what are you thinking? Do you want to make him sprawl? Do you want to do damage to him?
Yeah, let's damage him.
Okay. So go ahead and give us a roll your damage for your unarmed attack. Or let me give you an alternative.
Can you ole him past you off the cliff?
You could, what do you call it? Maybe this clears your stress.
Oh, the shaken status.
Yeah,
yeah. It's like he's cleared his mind. Oh,
yeah. Okay.
I like that.
Okay, so get rid of the sprawled status. Get rid of the shaken status. No penalties to attack right now. This thing gets in, and he tries to hit you with what's like, I mean, it would be an axe, I guess, but it's, again, scrap and shit. Swings at you, its eyes glowing, its veins in its neck bursting. You can see there's bits of metal that have been somehow sewn in or have healed into his skin. You've heard that these things are called the Reforged by the Steel Soul Barons. But this thing missed you. Then Sophia, we've got one with a shield that's going to come and try and get you. I hit you. And damage is... There we go. Sophia, that is 10 points of damage. So your armor will protect you for 3. Yeah. But it's an axe, which means it's AP 2. So your armor only protects you for 1. You take 9 points of vitality damage. Yeah.
Ouch.
And it would have had to use it. It couldn't just step in to get you. So that's its only action. These other guys are sort of collecting down here. 2 are going to run up and get ready to take the next line. The rest of these fellas are all going around this scrap thing, and they're starting to pick up heavy pieces of sky metal. They're going to fucking hurl down at you over their allies to try and get at you guys. That's everything for them. Gwen, what are you doing?
Gwen's going to wait till she can step in and melee somebody. So delay, or wait, that's not.
Yeah, I don't think you can. Do you want to try and bull rush? It's a full round action. You move because you can move through allied squares. That's what I was trying with this, and it is if you succeed, you push it back 5 feet plus an additional 5 feet per 4 points of difference in the results. And
coming through.
Let's see here. I thought.
Yeah. Do we have any? No one really has any spread type attacks or anything.
No range attack.
Andrew's character that he played on Wednesday has a cleave basics. I bet you can guess what that does.
That's all.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So sorry, Gwen. Do you want to try and push past Sophia to slam into that guy?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
She's like, Sophia's coming through.
So give us an athletics check, please. I got a 10.
Bull rush attack?
Oh yeah, you can put the bull rush attack. Go ahead and click on this. Make sure it's the one on the upright column, not on the weapon.
On the upright.
So
okay, yeah.
You see what I'm talking about?
Yeah, right above the weapons, there's the actions.
Yeah. Go ahead and click on that. Yeah, that's perfect. I forgot that's there. Oh no. Okay, so I'm gonna trigger it, and basically all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna push you. They've actually sort of seemed to have worked almost as a unit. They all gave way. You stumbled through, and you're on the far side now. They've separated you from your allies. Sophia, what are you doing?
I'm going to attack this one.
Okay.
All right.
I've only got one action point left right now, guys, so I'm keeping an eye out for 10:30 as much as you are. You want to do anything special, or just like Sophia? Do you have? Let's see here. Pain paired. Oh, remember when anyone misses you, they take 2 stress or 2 subdual.
Yeah, I've been trying to remember that now. In fact, if I miss them too, I get +2 on my next attack against them.
Yeah,
so
your
if I
relentless
miss,
thing.
miss.
That's right. Yeah,
So if anyone misses, I have to watch for misses.
Exactly.
Anyone. Yeah.
I have to watch for misses. I think my sister has a T-shirt that says that.
Nice.
That's my Pride Month joke. So,
I think I'm a little far for spending. Oh, what's their alignment? How about it? Does my purifier?
These things probably are like devoted enough. They are reforged.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. So I'll spend one.
No, what do you? Oh, you rolled your attack. Sorry, I missed that. Yeah. So if you're spending 1, roll 2d4 exclamation mark.
Yeah. Cool.
Come on, you just need 4 total to make that a hit.
Oh, dude!
God,
look at
dang!
that.
So that's 1 half
Rough.
action. You have 1 more half action.
I'll attack again if I can.
Yep, of course. Go ahead.
So I missed. So I get +2 on this with relentless.
That's right.
I don't know if there's probably a field, right? There's probably like a random...
we'll add it on. It's rather than having, to add it in and then take it off and whatnot. Just roll and we'll add it to the.
Right on.
Yeah.
Oh, I found it. No worries.
No, but the thing is, like, you're going to have to then also take it off because it doesn't persist.
Sure. Yeah.
Right.
I just
So,
just now.
oh,
You.
I believe a short sword has a threat range of 19-20.
Oh, very nice.
You want to spend an action point and outright kill this thing, or you want to roll damage?
Sure. I'll spend it.
Okay. What does it look like as you take him down?
I stab him in the throat.
Ah! And another one is down. Killian, you're up. What are you doing?
Well, I'm gonna start by attacking the one in front of me with a half action.
Okay. Oh, that's right. The special one. The one with the red eyes.
Yeah, I don't like that. I do not like when the red eye one is right in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
So no penalty now.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, that's a hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Oh, minimum.
Oh, man. And they have...
He now has got vulnerable to, or -2 to his defense until... For my stance.
From your stance,
It's -2 to... Oh, let me look at the PDF again.
Yeah, -2 to his attack checks.
Oh,
awesome.
To his attacks. Okay.
Yeah. So you hit him. The armor, the stuff they've got on seems quite tough. Another half action. What are you doing?
Okay, I'm gonna use my let's see, what's it called? My distraction attack.
Oh, nice. Engaging diversion.
The diversion, yeah. So the first one takes gets +3 morale bonus against him, and all the rest do not.
Remember, that can target with your engaging diversion. You can hit up to 3. They need to be in close range. There's at least 3 within 30 feet of you.
Right. And doesn't one of them take up 3 morale? I get +3 for just one of them?
No, +3, because what if you roll once, they have to roll against it.
Oh, if I haven't used it for 3 rounds, it just okay. Yeah, I got it. Okay, so
this will be +3 to the result.
And distract is a bluff dex.
Bluff dex, correct. Against their sense motive. Okay.
Bluff dex, perfect. Oh, what a terrible roll!
All of them beat that so far.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was not a good roll.
All right, then it is their turn. So let's start with the big one. He was not pleased with that. So he is going to... he's going to try to sort of like smash into you to try and wear you down. I'm making a tire action. So this will be opposed resolve. I rolled a 16, 1-6. Give us a resolve check, please, Killian.
Oh, no!
Wow.
I'm not going to trigger anything, but you do take 5 points of subdual damage.
Ooh.
So the way subdual works is you have to make a fortitude save against 10 plus half your total subdual. If you fail, you become fatigued. And then it resets to 0, and then it, the next time you do, it goes up again. It's just like stress.
Sorry, so how many points of damage was it?
That was 5 points.
5, okay. So then I take...
Fortitude save against DC... is it round down? Round down. Again, DC 12. No problem. So he just fucking jostles you as he gets in, and you become flat-footed. No, you don't. Ignore me. It's if he fails. Then he's going to swing at you. Oh, and that is a 16. So that hits, and that is 7 points of damage. So Killian, have you taken any damage so far, Killian?
Oh no, I forgot to reset it.
Okay, no problem.
You told us to, and I was doing other things on my character sheet, and then I never got back.
That's okay. That's okay. All right, then
6.
Sophia, one of these guys pushes in on you, and I'm remembering if he misses. So first attack on you is a miss.
Oh,
so he takes 2 subdual, and here's the way it works with standard characters. Subdual damage counts as normal damage. I have to make a damage save.
Oh, wow.
Which I just got a fucking nat 1. How do you want to take this first guy down?
I don't know, just my sheer, rage. I think he just charges into my sword, and unfortunately for him, he just impales himself.
Incredible.
I just stick it out.
All right, Gwen, the one behind is going to attack you. Nat 20. I can't trigger anything. It is an auto hit, but I can't trigger any crit. So that is 9 points of damage. And it's an axe, so it's AP 2. So I think you take... Yeah, so it goes right through your armor. You take 9 points of vitality damage.
This is me?
Against Gwen.
Gwen, sorry.
Yeah,
and
but
then
she's got DR2, but a +1, so she's only getting saved.
Yeah, so
for 1 point.
Yeah, so like leather armor only gives 1. Your feat bonus from armor mastery is already counted into the 2, but the axe is AP 2. However, Dave, I just rolled a nat 1. Do you want to trigger an error?
Yes.
So spend an action die and tell me how this guy dies.
I think he makes Gwen get like all, tired from avoiding a wound, and then totally opens himself up.
You didn't avoid a wound. You took 9 points of damage. You do need to take that.
Yeah.
9 points of vitality.
But 9 points of
not a
vitality
wound.
is like
You're right.
getting exhausted, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So she gets like a little winded, and then he just opens himself up, and she's off your head.
Wow. All right, another guy down, and then these guys, seeing that you're on the other side, they're gonna, as a free action, drop their chunks they were gonna throw, ready their weapons, and then they're only gonna be able to get in here. So, one there, one there, one there, and one there. Gwen's gonna have some fun next turn. Gwen, it's your turn.
All right, it's fun o'clock. She's going to swing at the one to the right of her.
Okay.
And she's still in her stance.
Yeah, +1 to hit, +3 damage. Oof. Yeah, solid hit. Don't worry about damage save. What does it look like as that first one goes down?
Just like severs his arm and he just falls over bleeding to death.
Yeah.
And then the one to the bottom right.
Yeah.
To the diagonal. Oh.
Do I action point that, or are you?
Yeah, I think she will.
Yeah, nice. 1d4 exclamation mark. You just need a 4. So 25% chance. Come on.
On attacks, does she get 2d4?
Oh, yeah, fuck. What am I talking about? Of course, yeah, you're a soldier. Yeah.
Oh! Brutalness.
Ouch.
Oh,
You've seen that
Sophia.
before, right?
What's that?
Sean, didn't Sean just do that? What is it?
I did. I just got one of those. Yeah.
Yeah.
Snake eyes.
Snake eyes.
Not good. All right, Sophia, you got 2 actions. You just got a big hit on you, but then you killed a guy. What are you doing?
I will. Can I attack? Can I attack this guy from here?
Hell yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I'll attack the same guy.
Okay, go right ahead.
All right. Let's see. Here it comes. That is there. There we go. Looks pretty good.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah, that is a solid hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
There we go.
That is a 6. All right. Again, this guy's actually pretty decently armored. So not a huge amount, or at least that he's not showing his pain yet. One more half action.
I will do so again.
Go right ahead.
Okay.
And just as a reminder, one of the actions you can take, it is a full round action. So you start on your turn, top of the next turn, you spend an action point, you get whatever you rolled back in vitality, and you get 2 wounds back.
Okay. Oh, I see.
Mm-hmm.
It's a full action, you say?
It is a full action, though. You could take a 5-foot step, but it is a full
And
action.
you can't have been attacked. Is that right?
I think getting hit does, it might interrupt that. Refresh.
Yeah, refresh, right? If not attacked.
If you're targeted by any attacks during this period, you may not spend the die and you lose your chance to act. Yeah.
A little risky in this one, but I like the thought.
Yeah. This is where that taunt half action can really be handy. Right? Because you like make sure that they keep them on you. And Killian, when you take the refresh, you can spend up to 3 action die.
Yeah, that's sweet.
Oh, so that's a miss, but do you want to action point that? It's not that much off.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, and this guy definitely is opposed, so it would be 2d4 exclamation mark.
Okay. There we go.
There you go. Solid hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay. Damage. Oh, nice.
Excellent. Okay, there you go. Whittling this guy down. Killian, what are you doing?
Try to finish the one in front of me.
Okay.
I'm assuming it's the one with the red eyes.
It is. And in bulging veins and strange metal implanted in his skin.
So, attack.
That misses by 1.
Oh man, I'm gonna use my last
Action dice. So that's an automatic hit then, because you only needed the one. Oh no, you need
right,
sorry,
yeah.
you need 3 because he's got a shield. I forgot he's got a shield.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, so the first one he
Lame.
manages to get that plank of sky metal up in the way. You have one more half action.
You know, if you think about your half action for about 30 seconds, you might get another.
No, I'll attack him.
Okay,
And if I roll real well,
that's a solid hit.
Did.
Go ahead and roll damage. Come on, big money.
I've only rolled a 1 or a 4 on this damage roll. It's hilarious.
All right, so it's not a huge hit. It is, however, 10:30. Everyone gets an action die. I get 3. Yes. Do you want to spend an action die on damage, Killian, or you want to save that for an attack or something else?
I'm going to save it.
You got it.
I think that I might need to refresh to stay
They're
alive at the end.
Yeah. All right, their turn. So he is going to... Oh, boy. He's liking what he's getting out of that jostling. So he's going to try and tire you once again, Killian. Give us a resolve check. Fuck, I got a 23 on mine.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Oof, okay. That's another 2 points of subdual. Give us another fort save, please. Against whatever your total is divided by 2, rounding down. I think you're at 15 or 5 points of subdual now, aren't you?
7.
7. Ooh. Okay, so 13. Fortitude save against a 13, and then I'll make my second attack on you. Oh! You are fatigued. Clear your subdual damage. Put yourself at fatigue 1. This guy is wearing you down. And then his second attack is a miss. 12 is not going to hit you, even if you suffer fatigue. Gwen, I have 3 on you. The first one is going to try and disarm you of your shield. So this is a contested attack roll.
Okay.
So you can make, I think I've got your shield on there as a item. So you can just make an attack roll with that. You just need to beat my 9. Yep. So he's unable to get that shield away from you. He'll then attack you, which is a miss. Second one, I think is going to try and do the same thing. Try and get your shield. Give us another... I got a 19 this time. Another attack with your hide. You want to action point that, or...
I need a 4.
I think as a content... What is the phrasing of your... Oh, it's an attack check, not a resisted. Yeah.
Relentless attack?
This is an attack. You're defending.
Yeah.
What do you think? You lose the shield, or... Look at that! Beautiful! All right. And he misses with the follow-up attack. The final one is just going to try and hit you twice. That is a 14, so I think I just barely got you.
Yeah.
The damage is 6 AP2, so you take 6 points of damage. You're out of vitality now. Then his follow-up attack is a 6-8, so that's a miss. And then that's all of them. Gwen, you're up. What are you doing? Your shield has gone clattering to the ground next to you. Wait, no, I didn't succeed. You defended.
No, I used my point, yeah.
Yeah.
So she's going to attack this guy that she missed. So in addition to a +1 from her stance, she gets the relentless attack bonus of +2 because she missed him last time.
Love it. So +2 to your hit.
Oh, +3.
That is a 10. Wait, what's the +1? Oh, from your stance. That's a hit.
Oh, good.
Go ahead and roll damage. Make my damage save. I failed my damage save. Never mind.
Kaboof. And
First
then she'll
one.
attack this guy here.
Okay. With your stance +1, that's a hit.
Oh, thank gosh.
Go ahead and I'll make my damage save. Ooh, I might survive. So damage is 10. Look at that. Wowzers. Okay, big hit on him. Sophia.
So is there a penalty if I want to step up to the outnumber and help the outnumbered Gwen?
No
like
attacks of
right here?
opportunity in this game.
Okay. So I'll step up here and I will attack this vile abomination.
The one that Gwen injured or the uninjured one?
This one's injured. This one's fresh.
I'll go injured.
You got it. Go ahead.
Okay. All right.
So that... Oh, yeah, that would have been more than 5 feet. So you're going to...
That is very poor.
You want to action point that?
It's my last one.
Actually,
Oh, no, I have 2.
Yeah, you have 2.
Yeah. And let's get me down to my last one. I will spend one.
Remember, you get 2 action dice. These guys are opposed in alignment.
Indeed.
They're devoted to the Steel Soul Barons.
Oh, another snake eye.
Wowzers. Oh, my goodness. Killian.
Hey,
Thanks for helping,
shield
Tom.
man.
So you could also just... you could try and disarm this guy of his shield if you want.
Oh,
Right?
that's right. You did say that these things are like a little more doable in this game.
Yeah. So
Standard attack versus standard attack. Oh,
Precisely.
okay, so it's just yeah. Okay, sure. Let's try that first.
Okay, go ahead and use your unarmed. I think is your best chance with that.
Yeah.
I got a 7, so just beat my 7.
Oh, there's actually a disarm button.
Yeah, and use the disarm button on the unarmed attack. Yeah,
Yeah.
perfect. Yeah, okay. His shield goes flying 5 feet away to the side. He is no longer protected by that, which means his defense is 2 lower now.
Yes. Now I punch him in the face or snap his neck.
Go right ahead.
Oh.
Do you want to do that damage? So you want to spend that action point and do it damage to his wounds?
Hell yeah.
That's what a critical
Yeah.
is. You have to spend an action point to
Yeah.
trigger the threat, but yeah. Then go ahead and roll damage. Make it a big one.
Okay, here we go. Too bad I didn't have more of these points. Oh,
No. However,
Oh,
it does
my
make him
goodness.
fatigued, though. When you take wound damage, you are fatigued. So what does it look like to show you've actually drawn blood here now?
I think that he's like, done something again very vicious to him, like, kicked him in the shin or something, and his or you could just hear the bone snap or something, like,
Yep. Yeah, strength score drops by 2, dex score drops by 2, which means he's easier to hit now as well.
Sweet.
And his speed drops by 5. So yeah, he's fatigued 1 right now. If you do that again, or if you got something else that can fatigue him, that can compound.
nice.
So we'll put that at 1. That was your second. Yeah, that was your 2 half actions.
Yeah, that was both. Yeah.
All right, so this guy is gonna... he's gonna try and bull rush you again. Full action, and I'm gonna spend an action die whatever I roll here. So this is a contested athletics. I do suffer minus 1 to that, so I have a total of 16 right now, and I'll spend an action die to make it a little more fun. That is a 21 total.
Oh, well, I cannot succeed, pretty much.
You could get a
Let's
crit,
see.
or a threat at least.
Oh,
15. Remember, how much I beat you by matters. So,
okay.
right, so that's a 15 against my 21. I beat you by 6, which means, look at this. This is how far. So it's 5 feet plus 5 feet for every full 4. I then have 2. Let's see, 1 on Gwen. That is a miss. And if you got an you don't have an action point. Sophia, I rolled a nat 1 on an attack. Do you want to trigger an error, or you want to save your action point for yourself?
I'll spend it.
Okay. What does it look like as that injured one dies?
I think he comes in on me, and I swat it aside and jam him with the pointy end with the opening.
And then I got one on you, Sophia. I miss, and I miss with both attacks. Gwen, you're up. What are you doing?
With the miss, I have my ability to do 2 subdurl.
Oh, yeah, right. You're grueling combatant. And I failed. What does it look like as you take this other guy down?
I think he thought there was an opening as I took out his vile friend, and he was mistaken. And I grabbed his weapon hand and slit his throat.
Oh. Yeah, you saw that trick from the Queen's man, right?
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
Gwen, what are you doing? You can see that this fellow at the end of the hall is trying to push Killian off a waterfall.
Yeah, I think she's got to get over there and help out.
Okay.
So that's how much move, though? Is it 10 foot square?
It's 10, 20, so 5, 10, 15 to get over there.
So a half action attack?
Half action, then you get an attack. Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Oh, no.
Flanked is a condition which gives you +2 to hit him. Oh. That is an interesting... So I think you stumble here. I'm gonna have to spend, I think, 2 action points to do this. You stumble in your attack, and all of you are just a little further forward. Killian, Gwen seems to have slammed in like rugby scrum style. The whole thing of you guys moves a little closer. You're on the precipice of falling here right now, Killian.
You need to get her up.
Sophia, you have seen this happen. What are you doing?
I am advancing. Half action.
Yep. So you could move 30 feet, so 3 squares total. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Was that?
Yep.
And then I think I'm just going to stab him. I'm not gonna get fancy here. I'm going to attack the pusher.
Go right ahead.
Okay.
Come on.
Oh God. And I am.
And you're out of action points.
Yeah, I'm out. So okay.
Killian.
Okay, I'm gonna spend my first half action to trip him.
Love it.
Nice.
So contested
He's been using
acrobatics.
athletics against me, but maybe he's not that athletic.
I would tend to agree because I rolled a 7. That's with
Nice.
modifications.
Here we go. Nice. Roll 20. You are such a troll.
So here's the thing. For one, you whispered it to me. Second thing,
Oh, no. See, I clicked the wrong one.
I'm not using my last... I can't do anything super interesting with only 1 action point, so I'm not going to spend it to trigger the error. And you are flanking him, which means +2 to hit, which means you win. He is knocked to the ground.
He is sprawled.
Oh, no, he is sprawled, right? He's sprawled, so
I'm not
he
sure what
is
sprawled does.
flat-footed, which means it's 1 easier to hit him now, 2. And -2 with all attack checks. That's on top of the -1 he's already getting. Killian, 1 more half action. What are you doing?
Yeah, now I'm gonna pummel him?
Okay.
Wait, that's an actual thing. What does it do? Pummel. Once per round. +3 morale with my first attack. Okay, so that's what it does. So it's basically if I haven't, it's a chance to get +3 on an attack.
Well, so it's a +3 on the pummel. Pummel is a full round action. You attempt to beat an...
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's an actual full action.
Yeah, you basically try and knock someone out. It's trying to beat the shit out of them until they fall unconscious.
Oh, I see it there. Yeah, okay. Oh, just pounds them with subdual damage. Okay, yeah. So this is just a regular
the only
attack.
difference is if you succeed, it does triple unarmed damage.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my goodness, roll 20.
So even, hold on, with +2, he's fatigued. That's just barely a miss.
Yeah, I don't have any points left.
Do you want to take a 5-foot step?
Yeah, I think I would like to take a 5-foot step while he's down.
Okay, there you
To
go.
be like just on the
All right,
other
so
side,
I'm
like-
gonna have to spend a half action repositioning to get himself back up again, and then he is gonna swing his axe at Killian. I'm going all Hail Mary. He's got the fantasy craft equivalent of a power attack. So there's a feat called All Out Attack. You can take a penalty to your attack roll. This guy's got, I gotta roll like a 19 or a 20 to get you. Ah! I missed, but I rolled a fucking 18.
Oh my god.
Holy shit. So he swings this thing and just nearly hits you, and he actually, like, it carves right into the rock at the side, and then he pulls it out. You think you can hear some bizarre sounds from within him, as if, like, it's like something is straining within. Gwen, what are you doing?
Gwen lets out a Norse war cry and then bull rushes.
Yes! Love it! All right, contested athletics, but I got a shit ton of penalties right now. I rolled a 14 total.
Goodbye.
Yes! Gwen, what does it look like as you impel this guy off of the waterfall?
She's like, we've had enough of you. When she just gets behind her shield and just pushes him right off the edge.
Power him. And he turns around, and you can see as he falls back, the last thing you see before he disappears into the falls, his eyes go back to normal.
Oh, I thought you were going to say he looks like Alan Rickman.
Yeah. I think that deserves an action point. So everyone gets an action point.
Aha.
Which means... Sean gets it.
And gets an action point, too.
Exactly. I get an action point for each of the ones you guys get. This game's amazing. All right, so you guys are Esther is looking like shocked. She's got the horses barely under control. She's like, what's going on?
That was the last of them.
And that's when you hear the sound of heavy metal footfalls within.
Well, kind of the last of them.
Did I mention that I can also spend action points to add new enemies to a scene?
Sweet.
Let me show you. You guys will be able to peek down the hallway and see what is there. But you do have a moment or two to kind of collect yourselves. You guys look over at one another. What is everyone seeing about each other right now?
Gwen's like, I need a second wind. Now, can I spend an action point to get a bunch of vitality back or something?
You could take a refresh, yeah. You would roll a 1d4 exclamation mark is your, what do you call it? Is your refresh. You'll gain 2 wounds back and whatever you rolled on your vitality. Whatever you rolled in the dice as vitality. So hopefully it explodes.
Oh.
But you do have 1 vitality left back now.
I think it's or 2 wounds, Kevin, not both, but I could be wrong.
Is it? Oh, let's see here.
On the combat actions, it says if not attacked, regain 1 action dice result in vitality or 2 wounds.
Which one are you looking at? Sorry?
The combat action cheat sheet you have.
Yeah. For refresh.
Refresh.
Oh, does refresh let you get an action dice back too?
Yeah. Oh, I thought that's what you were talking about.
Refresh. No, regain 1 action or 2 wounds. Yeah. If not attacked, regain 1 action dice result in vitality or 2 wounds. Yeah, sorry, it's an or. That is correct. So then, but you're not wounded anyway, right? So.
No, I was doing it for trying to get some vitality back.
Yeah. If anyone else wishes to go ahead and do that, spend an action dice, they can do so. I was just getting
nice. I was wondering why I rolled 2, and that's because it exploded.
Hell yes. Nice.
Yeah.
You get 7 vitality back, Sophia.
7.
Sweet.
Okay, and what are you thinking, Killian? Do you risk it or?
No risk it, no biscuit.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay.
Explode.
Oops, 1d4 exploding.
So you got 2 back. 2 vitality back.
It's not nothing.
So what is everyone... You're seeing all this happen. You've... and you can hear the sound of something coming down. It's almost at the door. You wait to see what comes. It's something heavy. It must be a fully mailed knight.
Let's go see.
So then if you position yourselves at the entrance there... Oh, Gwen's even taking a step forward. Let me... Wait right there, Gwen. Because what steps around the corner...
What?
Is this.
Oh, look at that.
It's about 6'5", 6'6", and when it sees you, that baton or whatever that it has, or club in its hand, that little end kind of goes, and electricity begins playing across it.
Holy crap.
That is what it is. Let me clear the initiative. We got 10 minutes, guys. Let's everyone take an action point and roll initiative. Let's see if you can defeat a gearsman if you want to take the fight to it. That is 19. Oh, did someone... Oh, there we go. There we go. And...
Odd. I was even clicked on my...
Oh, you know, that might have been my fault, Dave, because I might have hit enter around the time for its score when you went in. I can just add your token in. I think I might have fucked that up. Okay, so 6. Oh my goodness, guys. Well, a thumbs up for your teamwork. Good of you all to be at the exact same initiative score.
Sophia's not going to like the number of the beast in our initiative. Come on.
Yeah. All right, so this thing is up first. So it is going to stalk forward. It's almost as tall as Gwen, and then it's going to try and hit you with that disruptor thing. I rolled a nat 1. Do you want to trigger an error?
Hell yeah.
Do you want to disarm it?
Absolutely.
Okay. You knock that thing away. As soon as it gets out of its hand, it dies. It is disarmed now. Killian, what are you doing?
Okay, well, I have to use a half action to move.
Okay.
I'm assuming these are 5-foot squares?
They are 10-foot squares.
Oh, so 10, 20, 30, 40. I guess I can move to, whoops, this diagonal position here.
10.
Because I'm 40, right?
30. You could flank it if you want. You could, like, swing around back, get the +2 to hit.
Oh, the big squares are 10 feet.
The big squares are 10 feet, yeah.
My character, yeah, okay. Yeah, I got it. Okay.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah. Okay, I got it. There
So
we go.
Race around back. Go ahead.
And I will attack it. I'm not expecting this to go too well.
Killian, give us a quick knowledge check again. Will you? While I check its defense.
I'm sure it's not a 9.
It's not, no, but that would be +2 from flanking. That's not...
Oh, right.
Yeah, it's not far off from a hit. But would you give us a knowledge check quickly? I want to see if you...
Oh.
So you did see that sparking thing? These things have an Achilles heel. Electricity.
Oh.
And the weapon it just dropped, because you rolled so well, remember, it was sparking with electricity before.
Right.
So, and that is at its feet. So you go in and you try and hit this thing, not quite connecting. Sophia, what are you doing?
I move ahead.
Yep.
And attempt to stab it.
Go right ahead. Oh, I need to look up a thing here.
Where's my weapon? Here it is.
Nice. That is not going to be quite good enough. You've got one action die. If you want, this thing is not aligned with anything. It is a construct.
Okay. I'm going to hold off.
Okay. Then, Gwenrig, what are you doing?
That last flying metal thing got smashed, so I'm going to smash it.
Hell yes. Solid hit. Go ahead and roll damage. Oh my goodness. So this thing, again, it's as tough as that last one. It's like it's entirely encased in castle grade steel plate. Because look at this. Second one is a hit as well. Go ahead and roll damage. Dang it. Its turn. It is going to first try and slam you. Whoa! 23 is a hit. Gwen, you take 3 points of damage. Full DR applies. So you take 1 point of damage. I guess your last vitality is gone. And then it's going to try and slam you once again. That's a miss. Killian, what are you doing?
Okay, I'm gonna pick up the item.
Okay, because you're using an action for it, give us a prestidigitation check.
Okay.
It'll only be DC 10. I don't think you're trained in this, but...
Prestidigitation, there it is.
Nice! Ooh. So with Plum, you kick this thing up, you grabbed it. What do you want to do?
Attempt to... he doesn't really know how to use it, but he's going to try to hit him with it.
You actually have focus in blunt weapons in your training, or forte in blunt weapons, which means you can use your... I don't think you've got a +1 to hit with your unarmed. Oh, your gloves of striking give you a +1. So just basically use your unarmed attack at -1.
Yeah. Oh, at -1. Okay, yeah. Perfect. Oh, here we go. Try and hit him.
Come on. That is a hit with flanking.
Nice.
And yeah, with -1. So that is a hit. It'll be 2d4, sorry, a 2d8 plus your strength bonus of 2. So 2d8 plus 2.
Oh, great.
So the 2 is stopped by the armor, but the electricity goes right through it. So look at this. Sophia.
Sophia is going to try to attack again.
Okay.
She missed last time, so her relentless ability.
Yeah. So here we go.
All right, here we go.
Come on. Ooh. Oh! You want to spend that action point and make it do right to wound?
That is correct.
Yes, right ahead. Go ahead and roll damage. Come on.
Okay, here we go. That'll do.
So because Killian hit this thing with electricity, it seems to have reared back and revealed some important components that you quickly dig into. This thing is, because it's a robot,
nice.
It ignores fatigue, but it would otherwise be fatigued. That is one of your actions. You have one more, sister.
Attack again.
Go right ahead.
Not too bad.
That is a hit as well. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay. Just a ping. A little bit.
Just a ping. Yeah, it kind of shifts back. Doesn't even get through its armor, unfortunately. Gwen, what are you doing?
She's going to shift into her stance
Okay.
for a +1 and a +3 damage.
Hell yeah.
And then
That is a hit.
Smacks
Go ahead and roll damage. Come on, big money. +3 to that is 8.
Yeah.
Which means it does get through. Jeez, this thing is tough. All right. This thing is going to try and grab you, Gwen. So I think it is a combat. There we go. There we go. Grapple. So a full action to do this. It's not bigger than you. It's an opposed athletics check. I get a 17 total. Nice. You shush this thing off of you. Killian, what are you doing?
Trying to shock this thing again.
Go ahead. That is a hit with the flanking. 2d8 plus 2.
Come on, big numbers. Better.
There you go. All right, so the 2 is effective, but look at this. One more half action.
There we go. One more attack with this sucker. Come on, give me a super roll. Ooh,
Nice. Solid hit. 2d8 plus
Okay.
2.
Okay, ace. Nope, but more fives.
But look at this. With all that electricity.
Oh, that's awesome.
Sophia.
I'm stabbing it.
Come on.
There we go.
Nice. You have to hit. Go ahead and roll damage. Come on, big money.
Oh, boom.
Nice. That is so the last's vitality is gone, and then it takes more to its wounds. Look at that. You have one more action, Sophia.
I'm going to
half
try
action.
to finish it off. How's that?
That is a. Oh, I should have spent an action point to make it defense higher. That's a hit. Go ahead and roll damage. Come on, get through its armor.
Oh, can't do it.
No, Gwen.
Can't do it.
is there a two-handed way to do Bastard Sword?
No, but you know what would be a cool feat for you to take at the next level is all-out attack, where you can take basically a power attack.
Oh. Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm just going to attack it. Kabam.
That is a solid hit. Go ahead and roll damage. Make it count.
+3.
+3 is 9. What does it look like as the soul? What is it? Steel Soul Squire goes down.
It's getting zapped and attacked from everybody, and it's just spinning and trying to. And then Gwen just gets the last shot on it and smacks it across the back, and it just crumples down onto the ground.
So, just very briefly, tell us where everyone's head's at right now. Your characters.
What the hell is all this? Who are these guys?
What have we got ourselves into?
Yeah, exactly.
It's just a nest of heathen vipers.
And I think what we'll end on, guys, is you can hear the sound of 3 more sets of footprints. Similar to the Steel Soul Squires. What's the last thing we see of our 3 heroes before we bring this chapter to an end?
She's bracing herself for more skirmish, for more defending Apollo's blessings.
Okay. Killian? You were the one that was really demoralized when you first got into this place.
Yeah, I think it's like his thoughts are honestly like, what else awaits in here? Like, you know, this is the welcome committee, like, or the welcome crew. Like, oh my goodness. I think he's still very scared and very nervous.
Cash,
about
you're
going
kind
deeper.
of a. And then what about Gwen?
Gwen's like, we need to disarm them and use their stun batons on them.
That's right. Killian, you got something in your hand now.
Nice.
Oh yeah, that's right.
If we all had one.
Oh yeah, the healing potions too. Yeah. No one's taken wound damage yet though. It's vitality potions you need to get the vitality back.
I see.
But then, guys, that unfortunately brings us to the end of this chapter though. So that was, we're over time, so I won't keep you too long. But guys, what, just in a word or two, what's your initial impressions of Fantasy Craft?
Yeah, it was fun. It was good to get a taste, get a little figure out getting better at the combat action list and using the bonus dice.
Yeah, and I think you guys managed to get, if not almost all of your character abilities to the table too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dave, Jeff,
I got to figure out how to use the flare without blinding everyone. That's one of my.
It is a relatively low fort save, so there's that. But yeah, it is a.
Yeah.
It's always nice to play a game that's 3.5-ish. I just love 3.5.
I thought you would enjoy this one because of that. It's clearly guys who love 3.5 are like, how can we kick it up a notch?
Yeah, let's make it a little more fun and add a few twists, but like the combat structure is very similar, so it's like going back and hanging out with old friends.
Awesome. What was you, Jeff?
Yeah. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I actually think that it's for me anyway, even a little better than any version of 3.5 I think I've played, and it's got some of the more interesting elements of a lot of the games that have come out since 3.5. So yeah, I really liked it.
Nice. I thought you would like it because of the exploding dice. The way that
who doesn't love exploding dice?
Yeah,
if only they'd exploded for me today.
Awesome. Then, so the other neat thing is you can also use. I mentioned the optional stuff. You can also use action die for narrative changes. And we didn't roll any of the gear, but like one of the things you can do is add more enemies to a scene. And you may be thinking, why the fuck would I ever want more enemies in a scene? More XP, because you count XP per thing you defeat. The more things you grind through, the more XP you get, and more treasure. Because we roll random stuff. So if you wanted to be like, nah, this scene should fucking carry on, you can spend action points to add more shit in the same way I can. So it's a really, I've never seen that in a game before. So I think that's a really, there's a lot of really, really clever, fun little things in here. But that'll bring us to the end, though. We're 7 minutes over. So for those listening at home, thank you so much for joining us for Chapter 2 of our Tales from Thule summer, excursion into Fantasy Craft and Thule. As is always the case, if you have any comments, questions, or concerns regarding the session, the game, or our summer, impromptu campaign, please don't hesitate to leave a comment in the comment section down below, and I will reply in a timely fashion. I'm mostly caught up in our comments right now. There's also a link down below to the Dungeon Musings Discord server where I'll be posting copies of these characters tonight too. So if you want to see under the Assorted Games channel, I'll post the character sheets for these 3 heroes. And there's channels there dedicated to GM discussion, virtual tabletop chat, what else? Find a group. There's a terrific community over there, knowledgeable, helpful, and friendly, and you're more than welcome to join us. There's also a link down below to our friends at Noble Knight Games. Noble Knight Games is the preeminent unionized retailer of hard-to-find and out-of-print RPGs in North America. Not only do they have an incredible selection of new role-playing games, board games, and card games, they have an unmatched selection of hard-to-find and out-of-print RPGs like Fantasy Craft. There is also a link down below. So they also have a want list feature. If you see something in their catalog that's not in stock, you can put it on a want list and they'll send you an email when it comes in. The last thing I will say is, and if you make a purchase of $10 or more through their website, be sure to enter the code MuserNight. All caps, all one word. It's listed in the description of the video. It'll save you 10% on any purchase of $10 or more. Last thing I'll say is a huge thank you to our stalwart players for our pickup session tonight. So Jeffrey, Dave, and Sean, thank you so much for playing tonight, guys. Congratulations on making your way into the Steel Soul Baron's Redoubt and finding some of the denizens who lurk within. So, what other horrors await you in there? Well, we'll have to find out maybe tomorrow morning? Yeah, maybe. But until then, for those listening at home, once again, thank you so much for joining us. We hope that we gave you a few hours to take your mind off the troubles of our world and think about the troubles that our intrepid Thulean heroes are encountering. As they're simply trying to find more about what happened to Gwen's friends. And until we see you again, stay safe, stay healthy, and happy gaming.